Hold up. Where the fuck are my manners? This is a goddamn funeral, for God's sakes. Let's have this fucking funeral.
How many know God's been faithful? Come on. Everybody on your feet, you're going to see more God is faithful. Right now.
Welcome to the homegrown service of Big Mama. Big motherfucking Mama. The fixture in the black community that has been the most problematic and is responsible for a lot of the shit that's happened. So this is a homegoing celebration. Nobody should be upset because Big Mama motherfucking ass gots to go. Okay? I saw a couple of y'all in the section saying that music is triggering. I'm with y'all. That music is triggering as fuck. Whenever I hear somebody dancing to that pimp juice music that Jesus made, It just makes me upset because I know some bullshit is going on. But don't let me get off track. Let's go back to Big Mama and why and what she is. So let's go. Thank y'all for coming. Like I said, the doors of the church is open. And I wanted to take this time to thank Blackistan for selecting the Church of Divestment for all your homegoing needs. If you need info on how to bury somebody that's problematic in your family, please hit me up at divestedzealot@gmail.com. And I'll have your funeral service as well, or conduct said funeral service for you. Okay? Who the fuck is Big Mama? Let's talk about that real quick. First of all, Big Mama's a raggedy bitch. Big Mama has always been a raggedy bitch, and she taught all of you how to be raggedy bitches, and that's why divestment is imperative. Big Mama, like I said, is a fixture in the Black community, and we foolishly call it a community. There's nothing communal about the shit. Big Mama is one of the biggest suckers you ever gonna hear of in your life. Big Mama's intentions were good. Don't get it twisted. She was trying to hold on to the family, but she did it in such a toxic way that are you see the results. Big Mama's usually overweight. Big Mama is very understanding to Black male problems. Big Mama raised you, but coddled the fuck out of her sons. You were expected to get out here and make it. You were expected to find a way to make things work. And if you couldn't find a way to make things work, she told you to call on Pimp Jesus. Pimp Jesus always can get you out of it, but she not gonna help you. Mm-hmm. Big Mama every now and then had a pop around, but usually pop scurries off, no matter how good her cooking is. Remember when Big Mama told you the way to a man's heart was his stomach? That bitch lied. I don't give a fuck what you make him. If the nigga gonna do you something, he gonna do you something. It is what it is. Big Mama kept her a son of a bitch around that should have been kicked to the curb eons ago. Herman, Chester, Richard, Charles, whoever the fuck he was. He needed to be kicked to the curb a long time ago. See, Big Mama taught you how to cook, right? She told you that cooking, cleaning, child rearing, and sucking that shit log was a woman's responsibility. She didn't have a list of responsibilities for him. And while you're doing all of this, you must work 40 hours a week because the man's holding Charles down. I know you're saying, DZ, that's just how old women are. That's what they do. I got you. So if you're going to forgive Big Mama for that, answer me this. Will you forgive Big Mama when she didn't believe you, when she told you Uncle Charles put his hands in your panties and told you to simply stay the fuck out of his room? It was your fault that you went in there looking all 8 years old and cute. How dare you go in there? Your uncle got it hard enough. And then here you come making shit worse. That's Big Mama. Okay? Big Mama's a hard worker. Big Mama will cook you something that is going to give you hypertension, pre-diabetes, and you're probably going to lose your foot in your 40s. Okay? Big Mama is also a soldier. She protests. She goes, listen, Big Mama, like I said, will tell you to take your ass to Jesus, right? When you got an electric bill due, but will suck Charles and Raymond's dick to get her son's bail money up. Am I lying?
No.
He's not going to stay in jail. Not if Big Mama got anything to do with it. You got Big Mama fucked up. All right? With all that being said, let's see what the reward that Big Mama received for all of that toxic loving she gave out to the men in her community. Surely they made her the beauty standard. Surely they were running to altars to marry them. Surely, right? Because that's some hard ass work. Let's see. Yes, Big Mama's a treacherous bitch. I said what I said. She literally, literally betrayed the entire race of women. So here's one of the rewards, the highest single motherhood rate. Shout out to Big Mama. Big Mama was a single mother, and guess what? Her mama was a single mother. Pop was the daddy of a lot of the people in her community, in the community. Point blank, period. Okay? So there we go. We got one thing, single motherhood rate. Give yourself a round of applause for that single motherhood rate. Oh my God. Thank you, Nat's opinion, for all that good cooking and all that bail money and all that toxic loving. Big Mama, and don't get it twisted, Big Mama ain't always old. We got some Gen Z Big Mamas. Were you aware of that? Big Mama Juniors. Well, for all their hard work, they get the highest rate of domestic violence. Show out, Big Mama. Give yourself a round of applause for that left hook you took and kept it going. Uh-oh, here's the real treat. For loving on those men in your community, Big Mama, you will be dearly missed. But you missed out on the opportunity to help us plan funerals every 6 hours. That's a prize, right? Doesn't matter whether it's the women, the children, little boys, little girls, right? You got the opportunity for all your good loving to plan a funeral every 6 fucking hours. All right, you know what's up? Give yourself a round of applause. Every fucking 6 hours. Ah ha ha ha. Big Mama, for all your hard work, good cooking, and toxic loving, you got every single other race of woman to be placed above you in every way. She looks better than you. Her demeanor is better than yours. She cooks better than you. She fucks better than you. She's submissive more than you. She's a ride or die better than you. And on top of that, her hair ain't nappy. God damn it, Big Mama, was this what you looking for? If you're looking for it, that's what you got. Oh shit. Are we getting ready to have a problem?
Oh, goodness.
Are we getting ready to have a problem? And yes, Case Sloan, that is a real book. Yes, it is. It's sold on Amazon for everybody to see. For all your good loving and your ride or die, you're protesting, you willing to eat booty holes and all this shit. You get the grand prize of having a 62% chance of being touched inappropriately before you turn 18 years old in Blackistan. Now, that's a grand prize. I think that may be a little bit more expensive over the course of your life than a brand new motherfucking Mercedes Benz. So, again, round of applause for being able to shout out with your chest out saying that you have a 62% chance of having your mental health ruined before the age of 18. Congrats. How many people that's hanging out in the clouds can dig this one? Huh? You get to be the motherfucking breadwinner, and I mean in every way. And not only that, you got to come home and cook. You got to come home and fuck. You got to come home and be submissive after winning all that bread. Okay? I haven't even mentioned the children that he can't stand, by the way, yet. Only part of your job is done for right now. For all of the hard work that Big Mama did, RIP, and I ain't going to tell you what the P stand for, but all the hard work she did, she gets to be the breadwinner because society is keeping her counterpart down. Society has always been focused on the king, not wanting him to rise because the what does she teach you? The most scary thing to society is the educated Dusty. Do you hear what I'm saying? The most scary thing to white men is a Dusty with a book. It could be the case because if he got that book, he might be getting ready to knock the fuck out of you with it, honestly. Thank you, Bees Knees. I appreciate you. I want someone at this funeral right now to stop me when I've lied on any of these people. Big Mama's problematic. Okay? Give yourself a round of applause for being a breadwinner. Oops. Oops. This goes into the oppression. This goes into the oppression Big Mama taught you about. This is part of it. You get another prize of being the mothers, sisters, daughters, cousins, and aunties of the most incarcerated men on the planet. Now, let me tell you something. Does that mean these men are brave? No. This shows their weakness, and Big Mama knew that. Don't let Big Mama fool you. She knew that this showed their weakness. Anybody willing to steal, kill, and hurt others for a piece of bread, that's a motherfucking wimp. Big Mama always knew that these men were wimps, but what she was holding on to was hoping that maybe they'll see how hard she's working. Maybe they'll see how hard she's standing up against a man and go ahead and help her out. Maybe something will flip in their head so that, maybe he'll learn from white men, maybe. Anything. She's desperate right now. Very, very desperate. So yeah, you get to be the mothers, sisters, daughters, cousins, and aunts of the most incarcerated men. Let's go. Ladies, Big Mama. There's not a whole bunch of things Big Mama couldn't do. I'm loving this eulogy. You get to be the soldiers of Blackistan. Not only do you get to be able to cook a mean ass piece of sweet potato pie, but you get to go out here and fight other men on his behalf, letting them know that it ain't right. What you're doing ain't right. My sign say he a man too. Y'all wrong for this. Tyrone, you ain't gonna help me. Tyrone is knee deep in some white pussy. That's what he's doing. While
and
you out
bussy.
Here and some pussy. All right? You're being a fool. I'm gonna leave that right up there. Hey, ladies, jump in on the goddamn eulogy. Have I lied on these people yet?
No, ma'am. I know a few Big Mamas here on YouTube, but we ain't gonna talk about that yet.
We could talk about it. Oh, thank you so much. Lipstick, you got a lot of fan mail, baby. People loved you last week.
Yes.
People loved you. Make sure you click the link another day or whenever because people loved you, baby. But damn, Lipstick took me off track. I didn't think she was here tonight. But unapologetic, there are some Big Mamas here on YouTube. And since this is a funeral, usually when you get your little obituary, you get to see the names of survivors on here. Are there any survivors of Big Mama that you're aware of?
No. They're either they died too early from knickknacks killing them, or diabetes, or heart disease, high cortisol levels. Should I keep going? We're gonna say Star Crunch Coochie, high rates of AIDS. Their thons killing them. The good black men, the good ones.
Well, how else are they gonna keep that jail rate up if they don't fuck around here and help kill these people? Welcome to the panel, L. We're having a eulogy for Big Mama. I know you know a Big Mama. Hit me, please.
Hey, everybody. Hey, DZ. Thanks for having me on. And I know a whole bunch of hoes that's Big Mamas around this bitch.
Me too. Me too. The big mamas in my family are dying off. Thank God. I know that sounds mean,
I
but it is
mean,
what it is. It's time to clean this shit up.
it's
It's
for the
time for the
best.
yes. It's time for the landscape to look different. I'm fucking over it.
Now, if only
Honestly,
the Nogs would just follow suit, this would be a great, like, life would be so good if the big Nogs would just follow behind them.
well, I'm gonna tell you a quick part of the eulogy I was going to give. There, I know a big mama that did everything for her goddamn son. The motherfucker lived with her well into his 50s. Okay. Well into his 50s. Well, she passed away. She died. This motherfucker didn't know how to take care of himself so much that his motherfucking ass died right behind her. I swear to God. I
How
swear,
unfortunate.
I swear to God, she followed him into the after. He followed her into the afterlife. Shane,
Good.
it's on you, baby. Don't put some Holy Ghost up here. Shane, you there?
Oh, sorry, didn't I didn't hear you. I was hollering at my child.
No apologies. Thank you, Flower Child. I appreciate you.
No, I'm just listening. I don't really have much to add to other than I'm waiting for the big mamas to go on home too, because they harassed the hell out of me when I was young. Got on me for not fixing the man's plate, and I'm like, we ain't
Girl.
even married. This dude ain't paying my bills, nothing like that. You better fix your man's plate.
I was told to make men's plate as early as 8 years old. I shit you not.
Me too.
As early as 8 years old. I shit you the fuck not. All right.
Can we talk about the big mama with the gold helmet?
Yes, that is a big mama. That is a big mama. I mean, it's a funeral. You got to name the
You gotta bury
survivor.
her.
And that's one of the survivors. So you got to mention her in the goddamn obituary. Real fucking talk.
Y'all are hilarious. It's hilarious because it's true.
She's in a denial stage. There are
Girl.
certain people that are ready to go ahead and stop giving birth to the enemy, and they are indeed the enemy. And for some odd reason, that's bothering and making her gold helmet tingle. Okay. The gold helmet has electrified her goddamn soul, and she went into full Mammy mode when she heard it. I swear. So, yeah, we're not doing that.
Oh, and big mamas also like to attack facts because black women aren't dying every 6 hours. That's a lie. That's not true. That
That's a
was
lie.
fabricated.
That's a lie from the pit of hell. Her motherfucking ass. Let me tell you something, and I'm just gonna keep it all the way messy right here. That girl is desperate and crying out for attention. You wouldn't see her anymore if some big stinking ass Dusty came and told her, listen, I'm here to take care of that helmet for the rest of your life. I'm here to take you off of YouTube. I'm here to take you off your feet. And yeah, but what I'm gonna need you to do is shave them armpits. Y'all wouldn't see her no more. Swear to God. Welcome to the panel, Black Widow.
And she
Hi.
needs to lose about 50, 75 pounds because
Ooh,
she is
Ooh,
chunky
hold on.
as fuck.
Man, listen.
self-love.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry about that.
Awesome. No, that's okay. I am so glad I forgot her name. Is that
Don't say her
Divested
name.
Don't say her
OG?
name.
No, 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 no.
Oh,
On the
okay.
panel. Divested OG who mentioned the gold helmet.
Uh-huh.
I'm so glad you mentioned her. She's got a lot of people talking about her right now because I was on that show, that live where she went into full Mammy mode, and oh my God, some people are pissed, some people were laughing, some people yeah. And I just listened to another thing today where Gen X got accused of being mammies, and I was like, hold the phone, because not all of us.
Yeah, I think we got maybe sort of a 70-30 thing going on in Gen X. The boomers is damn near 90%, and the silent generation is 100. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I think because we were raised by boomers, I don't think people are quick to mention Gen X, but they forget who we were raised by. And when you said you were taught to fix a man's plate at the age of 8, I can remember, being taught, well, this is how you iron his shirts, and this is how you flip the collar, and this is how you fold the underwear, and
I remember that shit too. I used to have to iron my cousins shirts before he was getting ready to get dressed and go out and get drunk. Dead serious.
Yeah, yeah. But not all of us are mammies, and I just, yeah,
No, I'm sure they're
they
aware that all of
confuse
us are
me.
mammies. Who confuses you?
Just mammies in general, because I like to think that I'm a logical person. Okay, if I say, for example, I have a lot of nurses in my family, so this is my go-to analogy. I grew up on home remedies. You know, anything happens to you, automatic home remedies first. If that's not working, then we go to the doctor. Okay. If I'm if I have a wound and I'm trying to treat it from home and I see that what I'm doing is not working, it's working against me, the wound is getting worse and worse and worse. And at some point, logic is going to kick in. And so I'm going to have to say to myself, as much as I hate going to the doctor, I have to go. You know, I have to face reality.
A lot of times they didn't have health insurance, so they try to pretend like they had old wives' tricks in order to be able to heal you. It was no different than pouring some fucking cough syrup down your goddamn leg. They just didn't have insurance. They
Well,
didn't.
what I'm trying to say is, with the mammies, you know, you see black men 24/7 denigrating you, degrading you, talking about how you're the worst thing on two legs. And but you're still, oh, the black man is king, the black man is king. And it's like, at what point does logic kick in? That's my confusion. Maybe
There is no logic in Blackistan.
I just I get that, but I just feel like, I don't know, maybe because I've never been a mammy. So I'm looking at the situation like, at what point do you look at something and
They're
say, this
never
is
going to
not
get it.
working?
The majority of them are going to die with these. Ooh, I almost said it. God damn it. Because I'm over here trying to go to the
Girl.
YouTube studio so I can shout out these super chats because StreamYards ain't showing them. And I almost said that shit. I was going to have to take the whole fucking funeral down. Let me open up the doors of the let me open up the doors of the church before
It's
I
hard
get
to
us off.
not to, DZ.
It's
Like,
very
it's
hard,
just, it just
especially
flows, just slides off the tongue.
with the way the things are, you know, currently. It's hard to sit up here and talk like a goddamn, you know, rainbow bright doll. It's hard to.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I caught the Holy Ghost. We having church tonight, so
No,
These
no,
church
you're
things are
fine.
pissing
You're
me
Can we
fine.
just talk about this person in this strike? Is that a Nignog?
I thought that was a lady.
I can never tell because they look androgynous these days. They all look the same. They fluid.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
girl.
not gonna go there.
How are you having a
couldn't be
praise
like that
break
in
this
church.
long? Like,
Mm-mm.
this is triggering me, actually.
Very, like, it's pissing me off. I hate the
Yeah,
black
my
church,
family is
so
very religious, so I'm like,
mine too. Like,
oh
I hate
God.
this shit.
Y'all know what they saying too? Yes, Lord. Thank you, Lord. LORDT. Yes, Lord. Thank you, Lord. That's what
I
they
They all
saying.
can't.
struggling and suffering, but thanking the Lord. Get the fuck out
Girl,
of here.
giving that old Pookie, the pimp Pookie, pulpit Pookie, they money.
Shout
He
out
had
to
it.
Miss Anonymous 23. I wasn't ignoring you. StreamYards was hating on you. I appreciate you. And shout out to Self First Black Woman. I appreciate your ass so much. I don't know why StreamYards is hating on y'all, but they doing the most tonight. Really, they are.
DZ,
They
would
are,
you
'cause I can
please
get-
acknowledge 12-inch BBC? He wants your attention so bad.
See, that's the thing. I don't see nobody named 12-inch BBC. Is he in the back?
Yeah, he in the back, girl.
Oh, okay. All right.
They lucky
all
be
right.
in the back.
They look the bussy popping. His friend ain't back. His
Bussy.
friend ain't back that day. The bussy pop with him. He'll be in
Okay.
here shortly.
All right. Somebody is really, really upset with another content creator. I won't say her name. I'm sure she's going to know who the fuck I'm talking about. 12-inch BBC.
Which is a lie.
Right. Are you scared to talk about the fact that blank still loves black men? After all, this is she still goes home to a black dick. I'm aware of that. I already talked about that. I also talked about it on my Patreon. It's some people that talk talking points just because they're popular right now. I'm aware of that. And what do you mean scared? Scared of what? Scared of fucking what? Don't be
Nobody want
disrespectful
that
at the funeral. This is a
ashy
fucking funeral
ass,
for your big mama.
stinking
And
ass black dick.
you sitting up here talking about somebody laying back taking black dick. Boy, if you don't get your ass out of here, Speaking of scared, I shared the link down here, and you in my back chat talking shit with your 2-inch LBC. I guess that's what that would be.
That's a reach.
Ciao, bye. What, Island Girl? What's up, babe?
These church scenes are pissing me off. I hate the black church. This is the start of the indoctrination of, I think, black girls especially suffering, because this is where the victim blaming comes in. If you grew up in church and girls got pregnant, it was the girl clearly is the Virgin Mary and she got pregnant out of nowhere, and they solely blame the girl. And then the guy, he could just go on about his life. The big mamas are the biggest enablers you'll ever fucking find. They won't take care of their daughters, treat them like shit, but then, give the sons everything, and guess who they expect to come back and take care of them? Because the son can't do shit.
Ugh.
It's always the
Ew.
daughter. So
You're absolutely right. They want you to go to school, become something. They're going to take care of that dust ball until, I guess, infinity, and then come back and expect you to retire, quit your job, do a FMLA or some shit, and come and take care of her. No, ma'am. Big Mama.
I know a couple people like that.
Me too.
Big Mama, you're going to have to let your thumb wipe that decrepit pussy. I'm sorry.
Oof.
Okay?
God.
He was your prize. He was the prize in the community. Well, why don't you want the prize to come turn your ass over when you can't turn your ass over no more? Why don't you want him taking care of you? They know full fucking well that these motherfuckers are useless. And I meant it just like I said it. They can't look. They used to be so-called good for dick, I guess, according to certain content creators. Hey, I just have to take their word for it. I've never had a use for a Dusty ever in my life.
I bet it smells in there.
It does. Coming from a nursing perspective, yes, ma'am. It smells like rotten cheese and earlobes.
Oh, I'm in the church, but I've encountered while working in the ER a few rancid black shit logs. So
okay, all right.
It's
so
worse than the nursing homes.
I know, girl.
They don't shower. Like, they don't like that shit. They go from woman to woman and they just like wipe up their dick and call it a day. They don't open their ass because that's gay. Because everything is gay. But
yes, they do, girl. They spread their butt cheeks all the time.
They spread their butt cheeks for niggas, but they won't do it for a shower. Like, make it make sense.
Girl,
y'all remember when Young Thug, what was that, last year, the year before last, said no matter how many showers he take a day and how many times he washes his dick, he still be dirty.
He look dirty as fuck.
Oh
like
my
a walking
God.
STD.
He literally said that no matter how many times he take a shower and wash his dick, he still be dirty or still have a smell or some shit. He said something along those lines. You can Google it, look it up.
somebody spoke Divested OG up because she just showed up.
She here.
Boom! Welcome to the panel, Divested OG. Do you know any big mamas that need her RIP with her funky ass, with her coddling mammy ass? Yeah. Your grandma, your great grandma, that stupid bitch that wouldn't send you any book money to school, but sent bail money to your brother. That bitch.
Oh God, yeah, I know that. I know, and then had dollar bills and money folded into her bra. Yeah, that lady.
Girl.
Oh my God. Thank you, yelling and popping. Oh my God. Right, lifting up folds and putting anti-yeast cream. Oh Lord.
Yeah, that night statin got to go.
Oh yeah, nice statin.
Hallelujah. Yes, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
See you with 2 black eyes and then asked you, what did you do to make him punch you, baby? Hey, baby, what did you say? Because when I raised him, he wasn't like that. It had to be something you said, baby. Put your shades back on. You're scaring Big Mama.
Screaming.
The fuck? Welcome, Sierra. My bad. I'm just a Big Mama's triggered the fuck out of me. Big Mammies, Mammy Mule, Master Mammy Mule. They trigger the shit out of me because a lot of the shit we seeing right now, it's at her hands. Because she could have kicked the motherfuckers to the curb a long time ago. We wouldn't have never met them. Anyway, go ahead, Sierra.
Oh, oh my goodness. I just have an experience in the Baptist church, and oh my God, it was my big daddy.
Oh Lord,
God.
you opened up another can of worms.
It was so triggering. and he was just hollering and stuff like that. I'm sorry, I'm so nervous.
Girl,
A
don't be
little.
nervous at a funeral. Put your shades on and fan yourself in a pew like the other lady did.
Girl.
Just fan yourself in a pew.
Yeah, and he was talking about my big daddy saying that, oh, he's sipping lemonade in the name of Jesus. And I was like, what the heck? Yeah, it was
A
all
lot of
my.
these pimps too, they after they get through pimping, they go straight to the church as pastors. Y'all ever notice that shit?
Yes.
They go straight to the church. It's the same thing. Pimps are surrounded by a bunch of women willing to do anything to make them happy. What is the church?
Hmm.
It's a room full of women, mammies, okay, willing to do anything these niggas say to make them happy. Shannon G, welcome to the panel, honey.
Thank you. This is my first time here. I'm so nervous.
I don't know why y'all be nervous fucking with me. You know this a laid back situation. What you got to add, honey?
Oh no, it's just I kind of pity these women a little bit. I pity my grandmother. I pity my aunt. It's just
Why?
I don't know. I feel so bad for me and my family members, us women, my generation, Gen Z. We talk about her all the time and how we feel bad. Like my uncle, this nigger went and he got my auntie pregnant in Haiti, and he came back with a child, and now my grandmother is taking care of this child full time, and he's not even financially helping out.
Why am I not surprised? But let me ask you this. Why do you feel sorry for the old big mamas and motherfuckers like that? Why do
Because
you feel
she
sorry
doesn't
for them?
learn.
Well, once she's been told, though, if she doesn't have any learning disabilities, you have to put both hands up and be like, all right, big mama, you got this shit. You keep being a mammy around this bitch. Don't fucking call me with that negative energy. When one of your nephews take their ass to jail, I'm not here for it. Don't forget to take your blood pressure pills. Now get the fuck off my phone type shit. Okay? Thank you, Coco Fit. I appreciate you. Let me let Bia Joe up here. Bia, how may I help you? I think you're a first-time caller, too.
Yes, I'm a first time caller, long time listener.
Hey.
Just something told me to like get in on this one because I'm listening to all this and all this just makes me thankful I wasn't raised by a mammy.
Oh, you one of the few that wasn't raised by a mammy.
No, because I'm listening to all this stuff and I wasn't my mother. She pretty much raised me and my brother somewhat the same. Like she still forced him to work. Like he wasn't able to just come in, live in the house for free, and all that other type of stuff. Whenever he did something stupid, she made sure he knew. She made sure he knew exactly what he did that was stupid.
That's rare.
No,
that's really rare.
Yeah,
it's really rare because usually they go ahead and make sure that they coddle the shit. Listen, they will throw their whole body over the son.
I've seen that. I have seen people do that, and I've seen the son getting coddled. And yeah, no, my mother, she never played that. Like,
is your brother still dusty?
He's semi-dusty.
Okay.
I'm not don't like take him completely off the hook. He's my brother. I love him, but he's semi-dusty.
Okay, so he's semi-dusty to you. So since he's semi-dusty to you, I'm sure he's
real
dusty to everybody else.
Yeah. I mean, he's my brother. I love him. I'm not gonna know, but yeah, I'm not saying he's semi-dusty. The other people's eyes, he might be teetering on 99.9%.
Yeah, we're gonna spit in Big Mama's face and have a vegan processional afterwards. We're not gonna use no pork and none of that shit that Big Mama used to get her toes cut off and gave you hypertension at the age of 29. You get what I'm saying? You sitting up here eating neck bone soup at the age of 10, them arteries getting harder than fucking you ain't even got your period yet. That's Blackistan. That's Blackistan as fuck. I can't with the Big Mamas.
Yeah, because I've seen that and I've just always thank goodness because just all that stuff. Like you hear about girls who was touched before the age of 18. Just glad it never happened to me. My mother always made sure, like, if anyone looked at me wrong, you tell her, and she would be on them. It was just.
DZ.
No, that sounds. Yes, ma'am.
You're lit tonight. Who hurt you, boo?
Girl.
Okay, I love that question. It actually most black women have been hurt by dust balls, and that still doesn't negate the fact that they dusty. That's that part. That
Yeah.
They
motherfucking
hurt
part.
everybody.
Yeah, they hurt everybody they come in contact with. So that's basically a rhetorical question when they ask that shit. Matter of
Yep.
fact, these dusties have hurt Big Mama. How many times have y'all seen Big Mama crying and don't know why she's crying? She just grabbed a handkerchief and pulled, just wipe her eyes. It's because she thought about some shit that happened. Big Mama has to share her man. Remember, also, Big Mama lived through the era where domestic violence was not it was illegal. They used to be able to hit women as long as what they hit the woman with was smaller than their thumb. That sounds like I made that up, but it's a fact.
It was
Sure
actually
is.
on the books, a law in Massachusetts that said that you could hit a woman with a rod no bigger than your thumb, the circumference of your thumb, and it was okay. You got to keep your woman in line, right?
And I
Yeah.
think a
Because
lot
she
of
was
those
property.
didn't. I think a lot of those laws didn't get reversed until like the mid '60s or so.
Listen. Okay. So not only was it legal to hit Big Mama always had to deal with y'all remember the movie Color Purple where Celie used to have to deal with Suge? That wasn't something that was far fetched. Daddy always had extra women on the side, and a lot of people that live in y'all town, that's y'all cousin, and you don't even know it. And you talking about he fine? Fuck out of here, not
Well,
knowing that that's your
DZ.
cousin,
Well, DZ,
Yeah.
I had good black men in my family. My brother and my daddy and my uncles weren't like that.
girl.
Well, toodaloo for you.
Girl.
I
So when,
can't.
so when, so when you gonna give your uncle some of that pussy since he's so good?
Girl, you know he probably tried to take it already.
Man, listen, I
If he
can't.
didn't.
Look, I don't give a fuck about these people, family members, and it was some really, really underhanded shit for Gold Helmet to put a baby up there. You saw how underhanded that was.
Mm.
How can you call this baby Dusty?
Girl, fuck
Uh,
them kids.
he Dusty. He just little.
Yeah.
His dust only extends so far, but believe me, he's Dusty, ma'am.
Well, DZ,
Huh, PP?
anything that comes from her family will be excellence. Black excellence. That's, because she's so perfect.
Oh
That's
my
what she
God, that
said.
I'm
was
sorry. Can I just
hilarious,
cut in real
DZ.
quick? I am so sorry to interrupt, but in the comments, I just want to address one person. Love yourself. One, I have no clue what you're talking about. I wasn't even trying to disrespect you. I was simply agreeing with you. I thought you were talking about the premise of the movie, not the actual church scene. And you're saying I disrespected you. Like, what the hell is going
I
on?
mean,
What's
girl,
going
you
on?
miss bro. Somebody is always mad at her. Like it never fails. Every time
Not
she says something.
stupid, but like, what the fuck? I was like going through like, what are you talking about? I'm sorry to interrupt, but I was just so confused.
No, it is like this, y'all. Whenever talking about the shitty community called Blackistan, there's going to be little bit of infighting because we all come from these people, and sometimes shit hit different. It doesn't matter. It's Blackistan. So, little petty disagreements like that,
I
girl,
mean, I
but
wasn't even. I thought I was agreeing with her, so I was confused. I thought we were talking about the premise of the movie. Like, I'm sorry, I was just
I
really
honestly don't
confused.
even know who you're talking about. I'm looking for the comment. Who is it?
Somebody called the baby little Tyroach.
But she's clearly insulting. Like, I disrespected the fuck out of her. Like, I'm sorry. I was just totally clueless. I am so sorry to interrupt like that, but I was just so taken aback because I thought we were on the same page, and apparently I'm being disrespectful, or like I'm confused. But okay, sorry.
My intent tonight is to be very disrespectful. I know that I love my grandmother too. It is what it is. But that motherfucker was a mammy, point blank, period. Her daughters, did what they had to do, and the sons were able to say shit like, "I'm joining a band."
Oh
Okay,
damn.
I'm
Okay.
trying to find
Sorry,
myself type
Cinnamon. I
shit.
brought it up. Sorry,
Okay.
Cinnamon. I brought it up
So
since you made it.
Don't do
Wait,
it.
wait,
I'm
wait,
just
wait.
Oh
wondering,
my god.
how
What's going
disrespectful
on
can we be?
to
Girl.
Big Mama?
Yeah.
Big Mama finna get her issue tonight. Fuck that bitch.
Okay. So I want you to do me a favor, DZ.
Okay.
Give me a T. Come on, give me a T, DZ. T.
T.
Give me a U.
Uh-oh, I'm scared. U.
U.
Give me a R.
R.
Give me a D.
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 What does that spell?
Turd.
Third.
Yeah, and so what are all these dusties out here? They are
They're definitely turds, and they
I'm
came out.
turds. Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is the most disrespectful funeral I've ever been to, I must say. It's open casket, Big Mama. We're letting all your secrets out. Everybody sees you, but they're scared to say anything because of your age. I agree that respect is earned, but you haven't earned it. What you did was make a generation, several generations, starting all the way back to the plantation, of stupid bitches. These bitches are stupid. You got people with golden helmets still sitting up here talking about continue to have these motherfuckers just so that they exist. Really? I'm not scared of a world where Dusties don't exist. Well,
Me
DZ,
neither.
that means that you won't exist either. Oh, fucking well.
I'm gonna die anyway.
Sometimes you need a hard reset. The fuck you mean? If it's not getting done by the current population, then maybe, just maybe, later on, with people that don't have these ideals and toxic ass Blackistani standards, it'll get better. Ain't that what you want with your pro black ass? Let me let Shannon back up here. Shannon, you fell off. You back, sweetheart.
Yeah, sorry. I thought we could watch the YouTube like video at the same time as like be on the stream. I didn't know.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna let you back down then.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Let me go ahead and remove.
Well, DZ, they
DZ
also
had-
said
sorry.
that there's no good knickknacks in America. So, Golden Helmet, with her locks of fury, said that she would go and get them and import them.
No. No, we don't know. No.
I'm sorry,
Miss
y'all.
RV.
Those motherfuckers from the Caribbean ain't no better, and ain't none of them from the over 50 plus countries in Africa ain't no better either. What are we talking about here?
It's,
I had a friend in college who swore up and down on African men, and I just never understood it because I would just look at her and they were the worst. They were the worst.
Does she still have her clit?
Yeah, she still have it.
Fuck you, me.
Eventually she got over it and just sort of like stopped. But she would just, I never doubted it. They were the worst. They were just 10 times dusty than what you would think normal dusty is.
Moonchild, it was posing with golden helmet. If you sit there and think real hard, you'll know who wears a golden helmet on a regular basis.
Who baby she done stole the pose with.
Child, it gotta be one of her family members because ain't no Dusty done left no poverty serum in that fucking wolf twat. Dark gentlewoman. Welcome to the panel. Welcome to the funeral, ma'am. Dark gentlewoman, what's happening, sis? I don't think she knows she up
DZ
here.
pause, DZ.
And then she unmuted. I don't think she knows she up here. Because she would have been said something by now.
I'm still
Have y'all
stuck on
seen the
wolf
latest
twat.
hashtag by the Nignogs?
No,
Save black boys. Well, not that I follow them, but because of the current conversation about not birthing them anymore, now they've come up with the hashtag Save Black Boys.
But I thought
say
white
black
women
boys
have
rock.
blacks. But I thought white
When they
women
start
have black
saving,
kids.
exactly, when they start saving black girls, then they'll get my attention.
Thank
they'll
you.
never do that. They'll never do that. And then on top of that, let's just keep it real. Dusties that don't exist, how can you save something that don't exist? They're saying close off their womb. This is something that's not new though, y'all. I'm telling you, that has been a concept for years. And when it comes up, and the Riddler brought this up, shout out to the Riddler. They bring up abortions and selective abortion, all that type of shit. They bring all that shit up when black men no longer are able to walk through your womb. And it's a deflection tactic to try to make it seem like divested women are very, very evil because they don't like babies. No, bitch. A baby is a baby for probably 5 years. After that, they dusty. We're trying to do some preventative action. Why do you get pest control? Because you don't want fucking ants. That type of shit. It's preventative. So they being disingenuous. They bring that shit up every few years. They said kill black babies. That's a line. That's a lie from the pit of hell. Nobody said kill black babies. Nobody said that shit.
These
They
motherfuckers
said
kill pregnant women all the time. Like,
They don't want to talk about that.
oh my god, I just can't.
No,
Hello.
hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm sorry. My audio twerking in the background. So, DZ, well, hey, ladies, can we talk about how pro birth um Big Mama is? Let's okay, because I grew up on the block seeing girls, get knocked up, and what does Big Mama say? Oh, it's a blessing. A baby is a blessing. And I'm just like, it is not. Like, are you kidding me? She's 14. She's a freshman in high school. Are you kidding me? You better take that girl down to the chop shop. No, no, no. I mean, that's what blows me about Big Mama.
I fell in
Renisea
love
Gay,
with Saline after that.
Renisea Gay, you better be lying. She better be
No,
lying. She's
no,
lying, right?
She's
no,
going to get them, girl. She's importing them.
no. That's the truth. I heard
Oh,
it
I
in a
can't do
live.
that. I can't abide by that. That nope, nope, nope. We've
She
got
said it
enough
out of
dust.
her own mouth.
Where's
Yeah,
hers
she's
though? If
been
she got
saying,
access
yeah,
to so many of them, where the fuck is hers?
I have no
Exactly
exactly.
clue.
where she was stranded at.
She's been saying that for at least a good year and a half, maybe
You,
Oh my
two.
you can't
God.
tell me she ain't been to the chop shop. Sorry.
I don't
You
know.
golden helmet. Mm-mm.
I don't think so.
I don't know. With her, she probably let it slide out and then started a GoFundMe like she did when she was living in that car. See, this is why you got to have womb control. Because okay, because sometimes you end up living in your car, starting GoFundMe's and shit. Can't get along with nobody on YouTube except for people that are Mammy leaning. That's a problem. That's a problem. Somebody told her she was telling the truth one day. I'm like, damn, now both of y'all bitches lying. I can't. I didn't mean to cut you off, Dark Skin Gentlewoman. I'm sorry.
No, it needs to be discussed because she's future Big Mama. She is future Big Mama. Look, even if you child free, look, they will still try. Your dusty siblings will still try to. Oh, can you babysit? No, mm-mm. You got to be. I'm all the child free women in here. You got to set the grounds. You got to be like, okay, you got to tell your nieces and nephews. You come up with a baby out of wedlock? Nope, nope. Mm-mm. You can't stay with me. You can't stay with me. Keep the shades drawn. Keep your doors locked. They gotta learn.
I'm literally getting ready to plead with the young big mamas. You can't do this. You cannot do this. This would be a sin against you. We in church, right? It'll be a sin against humanity if you have access to all this information and you still let that motherfucker skeet and walk off. Please don't do that. Don't fall for the line. You know he's lying. You already know. You got so much more knowledge than a lot of us had. If you gonna be a Gen Z big mama, I listen. I'm gonna have to go ahead and cover your story because it's gonna happen, honey.
Oh,
I'm
DZ.
sorry. There's no excuse for a Gen Z Big Mama. I'm sorry.
They exist.
I'm sorry, and that really confuses me because I was watching another YouTuber. I won't say her name, but she made she made a good point that I'm starting to hear a lot from Gen Zs is that Gen X, we didn't have the YouTube and the social media and the Facebook and whatnot. We only had our block and our little circle. But these girls from day one, from birth, they've been growing up with the Facebook and the
Facts.
TikTok and all these other platforms with black boys and men in their face constantly degrading them, denigrating the whole nine. So how can you see all of that and still be a big mama? You lost me on that one. You completely lost me on that one.
They
Even
exist.
if you're being indoctrinated by your mom, your grandma, your aunties, what have you, it's just, yeah, I don't get it.
Both can't be true at the same time. Now, they used to say the TV and video games and all that shit was raising kids. Spend time with your kids. So okay, so if the devices are raising them and they have access to this information, they pick and choose which information to ingest if they're not ingesting divestment at this point in time, because divestment is hot for even pro-black women at this point. So if you choose it not to ingest that, then we're gonna have to go back and review whether TV was even able to raise children. because they sat in front of it every day. I don't see teenagers and people in their early 20s without their phone. I've never seen it. I've never
Me
seen it
neither.
since it got popular. They walk with their heads down. I've seen so many kids bumping into shit because they walk with their heads down. They're always on it. So the information
Mm-hmm.
is there. So if you a big mama and you young and you got social media, you want to be big mama. Just keep it real. Keep it real. It's
Right.
not anybody indoctrinating you, because if your mom is, let's just say she's an accountant and all she talks about is numbers, but you get old and you don't become an accountant, that means you're absorbing what you want to absorb. You don't want to do what your mom did. So somebody lying.
I
Right.
mean, they're looking for a good black man, just like Golden Helmet.
Is she looking for a good black man? Because I'm honestly thinking that
I have no clue.
she want to motorboat some pussy lips at this point.
Uh,
I
She
She
think
needs
said,
to fix
because
her rose, though.
she goes on and on about her dad and how her dad, was so great and so wonderful, especially after her mother passed away. And I feel like maybe because this is just devil's advocate. I don't know
Fuck that
because I don't
nigga.
know her personally, but maybe because, according to her dad was so great and wonderful and really held the family together after her mother passed away, that maybe she's so, blinded. She could be blinded by, this great and wonderful father, that there has to be,
I
good
mean,
black men out there.
I had a good daddy too, but nigga still ain't shit. So what we talking
Right.
about?
I mean, I had a good daddy. He told me to stay away from certain
Right.
people
He
in my
don't like niggas.
family.
My stepdaddy
Right.
don't like
I
niggas.
have a good dad, too.
I mean, he saw, I mean, he saw the dust. Really? Come on.
they know the truth.
Yeah,
They
they know the
do.
truth.
They
And
do.
I'm Gen X too. And look, I mean, I get it. You know, you had Ebony Jet magazine telling black women y'all got a man share and this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it was bad. The indoctrination we got, morning shows were just awful. They just excused, dusty and dust behavior. But I'm sorry, Gen Z, no. I could.
Let me tell you what disrespect is.
Mhm.
Disrespect is telling thousands of women about your one good daddy. She don't give a fuck. Thousands of women have the same complaint all around the world, and then you bring your daddy up to all these women. So I guess your dad needs to put these women in line and propose to all of them. What the fuck are they supposed to do with your good daddy?
Exactly.
Thank you.
And she keep bringing it up. Mm,
Yeah, she
starting it.
talks
I'm
about
starting
him
to.
a lot.
What's the opposite of the Oedipus complex? What is it when it's a female that like her daddy
Athena,
that way?
Athena, Athena complex.
Athena. There it
That's
is.
weird.
It's the
I was just
Electra
about to say that,
complex, I
DZ.
think.
I'm glad you said that
Oh,
because
it
I
is
was thinking that
Electra.
shit.
Yes, my
It's
bad.
Electra.
Electra. Ooh, my
It's the
bad.
Electra complex, which is the opposite of the Oedipus complex.
Girl.
So anytime somebody's talking about counterparts and wanting to get married and wanting to have a family, and then you bring up your daddy, that's the first person you thought of when women your age were talking about there's no good black men. I think Electra might be it. All right.
DZ,
So
I don't understand females that do that. They be like, "Oh, my daddy and my brother," and it's like, I feel like as a woman, you ought to know, or you should not bring that up because you ought to know that there is a level that you will never reach unless you do incest. And what I mean by that is
Exactly.
you can't fuck your brother, your daddy, or your uncle, so you don't know how they're treating women that they can actually sleep with because we know that men treat you differently after they've been able to penetrate you, and also if they can penetrate you on a regular basis, we know that they treat you different. So I never understand when women be like, "Oh, my daddy, my brother." You can't fuck your daddy or your brother, so you don't know how he is going to treat a woman that he can penetrate and mind fuck. Like,
I
it's not the
you're
same.
right.
I,
You're
I
absolutely
don't
right.
understand them women saying this. I don't.
Well, you got to ask Golden Helmet because that's what they do. That's what she does. Black men ain't shit. Well, my daddy, we're talking about
Right.
people that are romantic interests. We're not talking about your parents. And I'm sure your daddy was dusty to a woman in his life. Point blank, period. They can't help it at this point. It's certain things that black males can't do. They can't build, provide, problem solve. They can't do algebra. And they can't be good men. Point blank, period. Right. Exactly. Hold on a second, y'all. Oh, I thought somebody was coming up. But
Somebody
yeah,
is trying to get in the studio, DZ.
is it? Hold on. And why I don't
How
see
about
them, I
them?
don't know. Let me put the link back down there because I don't see them. I know I got a bunch of pussies that keep trying to get on this back wall.
I think
Come
it
and
was
tell us.
lipstick, DZ.
Really, I would love for lipstick to come up here.
Yeah, it is lipstick. It is.
All right, let's weed out some folks. Um, I tried, but the studio is full. Oh, okay. I got you.
I want a Mammy to come up here and tell us why Big Mama should stay around.
May I help you? Yes, may I help you, STR?
Hi, I just want to thank you for everything that you're doing. I love your channel. I really, really do.
Okay, I'm glad. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Are you going to start telling women or Black women, because I'm far right wing conservative. Like I told many people, I'll date a neo Nazi before I date a Black man. But are you going to talk about that soon? Like
Talk about what?
the far right wing conservatives?
Oh, I can do that. We talk about that shit all the time in the Discord, but I can bring it to the forefront because
Yeah, you
I'm
really
actually
need to.
conservative as well.
Oh,
I'm right
really?
I'm right leaning like a motherfucker. You wouldn't
Yes,
believe.
I'm actually far right wing, like seriously, because I support the Proud Boys and all of that. And I can't stand Black men. I can't stand the sight of them. I don't know. It's just, and they're always talking about they built America and they didn't. They didn't build anything in America. So it's like, I don't know. I just lose all kind of respect for Black men. I just don't like them. I'm
Are you
sorry.
trolling?
No, I'm not trolling at all.
So you would date a Nazi?
Before I date a Black man, yes, absolutely. Because they don't hate me. They hate the Black man, the one that's been
Well,
causing problems.
well, racists hate Black people.
Well, there's no racism. You know what I mean? Like that's what we've been indoctrinated, that there's some type of like white.
Okay, pause. Racism is real. I'm not
She's
saying it's
trolling.
No,
prevalent. You're
I'm
definitely
not
trolling
trolling.
at
I
this point.
swear. I am
She's
not trolling.
trolling.
What?
Do y'all believe in like white supremacy? Because I don't. I don't believe in white supremacy. I don't think that that's our problem. Black men are our problem. They're the main enemy. They're the one that's murdering us and killing us. White supremacy is the least of our concerns.
Well, we know that.
Yeah, you
Niggas
don't think
killing
that
us.
exactly. You don't think that Black men are the oppressor? White supremacy is not oppressing anybody.
Lipstick, the link is back in the chat and it's not full back here anymore. Refresh your page and try again.
Right? I
Yeah.
mean, that's how you fully divest. You have to let go of like all the white supremacy ideology, the victimhood, and all of that. That's how you fully divest. You
we
have to
don't
be
subscribe
willing
to
to
victimhood
date a Proud
mentality either.
Boy. You know what I mean? Like you really have to let go. Like
Pause.
seriously. That's what I mean by divesting.
Divesting.
So we don't subscribe
Hang
to
on.
the Black victim mentality. But I would never date a racist. I would rather be single than ever do something like that because
Well, I've been around people that fly Confederate flags. They're some of the sweetest people. Like seriously, y'all need to like, that's what I mean. Like we've been taught to like fear those kind of people and they're not to be feared. We've been taught that white supremacy all this time has been holding us back and it hasn't. The
Hold on a
Black man
second.
has held us back.
Hold on a second. Let me get this person together.
Yeah,
Percy.
go ahead. And I'm not trolling. I'm sorry it comes off that way, but I'm a little bit nervous.
Percy.
I'm trolling, sis.
Sir, there's nothing here for you. The women that have come here are done. Telling them to come back. And also, who gonna cook the soul food? You are a goddamn troll. Okay? You cook the motherfucking ham hocks and neck bones. You do it. Come back home. There was no home built. Who built the home? You can't listen. If welfare put y'all out of the home, how can you invite people into the home? Nothing y'all say make any sense. Percy, I think you might need to move on, baby. It's done here. Golden Helmet, I'm sure will be live later on this evening or tomorrow. Click the link, call in, send a cash apple or whatever the fuck, and have fun there. But that ain't it here. All right. Sorry about that. Go ahead, straight. Let me get this off here. I hope we're clear. I hope we're really clear, sir. They're done. Toothless, welcome to the panel.
Hi, I've been listening for a while, so this was, my first time talking, and I was hearing y'all talk about, Golden Helmet, and I got a little, I don't know if anyone heard though, she did say that her father was Dusty at some point. And what was interesting is she did mention before that she did start that dating app, but was what's so funny about it is that she she basically said that these guys from Africa and Jamaica and all that wanted to just be with white women. They weren't actually interested in black women at all. So it was so like, what are you doing? Still talking about, oh, let's go to Africa and try to find us an African black man. It's like they're not interested in black women at all either.
No, they're
So
not. They're actually
so
not. And I don't know what the deal is. It's almost as if Golden Helmet's father is the co-host over there because he gets a lot of honorable mentions, but there's more problematic shit that she says than beneficial, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. And to
I
give black
agree.
women any hope whatsoever that they're going to be able to find someone that's supposedly like her father or some unicorn or somebody, the best you're going to get, honestly, is going 50-50 and doing all the housework. And that's one of the gems. That's one of the real good ones. Okay. And you better hope he's not belittling, talk shit to you, demand sex every goddamn 10 minutes. To give them hope for that group of men, that shit is treasonous. There is no hope over there. None. What it is 86 the Dusties and vet all others. That's really all you can do. Because if you go playing in the septic tank, you're gonna get shit on your fingers. And that's the part she not saying.
yeah, it's just really ridiculous. I was listening to her and I'm like, girl, you just still on this black diaspora, and I'm like, girl, you need to just stop because you sound very like you really want to still be with black men, and it's
She does
just
though. She
it's
does.
it's obvious. And no, I am not transgender. I am a woman born woman. So the comment going around saying I'm a transgender, no, I'm not. So
Who's calling you
No one said you were
transgender?
trans.
you are. Yeah, they're saying I'm transgendered. I see the comments on my
Yeah, somebody in the
feed.
comments said that she Blue Cube commented it was like, oh, transgender, that they're
No,
accusing
I'm
her
not
of being
transgender,
trans.
baby
I
girl.
think they were
Actually,
talking
Don't
about
come at me.
Confederate girl.
yeah, I think they were talking about the person before the present speaker.
Oh,
Actually,
Yeah.
okay. So,
yeah.
because I'm guessing I'm getting a late. I'm getting the later versions, because I'm like, no, I'm not. So, okay. I just wanted to say, yeah, she was being very she's very much being
She's
like
in
she's giving
denial.
hope to
She's in
people,
denial.
yeah, and giving hope to people that just don't need to stop. Like there's no coming back. That they were asking those questions, doing the reading, and it's like, why are you still on this? How you can get these guys to come back? They're not. It's over. Just let it go. And yeah, so thank you for letting me talk.
Of course, I appreciate you. I'm gonna bring you down so that I can empty
Yeah,
out some seats in
I
the studio. I appreciate you,
I could
Toothless.
go. I'm good. I was just wanting to comment on that, so I'm a go.
I appreciate you coming up.
Yeah, have a good one.
You too. There's a free seat right there, Lipstick. Let me let hands up. Hand Jones, how are you? I haven't seen you in a minute. How you been? What do you got to
Fine,
say on the funeral services of Big Mama and her funky ass?
fine. How are y'all doing?
Awesome.
Thank you for letting me up.
Of course.
Yes, Big Mama has sit up here and basically sent the race to hell. And I wanted to say this too about Golden Helping. That heifer is lying about her daddy, her sperm donor, her sperm donor. I've seen her. I mean, I've not seen her, but when I was on YouTube and I looked at one of her videos, she talked about how her dad treated her mama and how he treated her so bad. I look at her as a sabotage. Yes, she wants a certain type of black male, but at the end of the day, no black male would treat her the way she know that she should be treated. So to make sure that other black women, she don't want other black women sitting up there looking outside their dating options to look to choose on character versus character over color. So this demon's job is to sabotage, to keep giving them a false hope, and to help them and to let them go down a road of destruction. Because she talked about how her own, I'm trying not to get mad, but it's just she talked about how her own daddy treated her own mom. I will never forget that video.
Well, here's the deal. A lot of times, mammies don't like other women. They just don't. And I get the feeling that she didn't like her mama. Honestly.
Yes, and I came across women like her. This I can say this. She wasn't a friend. She was more like a friend of somebody that I knew. She said that she saw her dad beat her mom, and she was happy about it. She was glad.
What?
Yes, she was glad. Now, this is a black woman. A lot of these helpers, they hate other women. And as for them big mama jokes, I love to eat a bunch of ham hocks and fat back and take the greens and smother them and everything else. This happened to me. This, like for instance, I'm not gonna say the word. I'm gonna say the jab, the experimental jab. Okay, some people can't take this stuff and everything like that. But a big mama heifer gonna tell me, now she's eating all type of fat back. She's doing whatever she wanted. She's not even don't exercise or nothing like that. But she would tell me that for her stuff to work, that everybody else need to get it. Even if that was the case of how the jab worked, it wouldn't work for her no way. And I think it's something how the Negro race has sit up here, and I'm gonna say it just like this. They have sit up here in generation after generation, say the government hates black folks, they hate the white people hate you, the police hate you, and everything else. But then they sit up here and they go run to wherever the government gives them.
Thank you.
And it's supposed to be a choice. People do what they want. It's supposed to be a choice. But the fact that you got these old niggerish heifers that feel like I'm sorry, these old shouldn't say niggerish. I mean, these old. I'm not trying to get your child in trouble. These old stanky jokers that feel like they know every doggone thing. If these old Negro heifers knew everything else, these big mama stinks, how come your family's not better off the way it is? How come you in the situation that you are? It's to sabotage other people. And Golden Hell, but that stank know exactly what she doing. She know exactly what she doing. She like the money that she's getting in. She likes selling a lie. She wants a grape so bad. Lord, she want them so bad it ain't funny that she can't even moisturize her own golden helmet to keep it shiny and stuff like that.
Girl.
She wants it so bad. But see, she knows she would never, ever get the grape that she wants. She would never, ever get them to treat her the way she want to be treated. So because she don't want to look outside her dating options, her goal with her demon-filled self is to sabotage anybody else to make sure that other black women don't make it.
Mm-hmm. A lot of mammies are like that. They just don't like other women. Part of it, to be a mammy, you got to understand the people that you're kissing ass to, they hate black women. So if you're going to be a cheerleader for a motherfucking Dusty, by default, you got to hate other women. By default. I don't never believe those black women, I'm just trying to help you get. No, you're not. Because I just saw you the other day telling a manosphere motherfucker, well, you right. I don't give a fuck what he was right about. He's talking shit about black women. The only way he's allowed to exist and the only way that he'll have a soft place to land when he goes out here and fails, because he's going to go out here and fail, period.
Mhm.
So by default, they have to hate other women because of who they love.
And these Christian ones, they go so hard. And these, you got, I mean, when you have this the thing, like with that jab, the big Mammy Joker is having her own problems. She's having problems from it herself. But you want to persecute somebody else who don't want to go out there and get it. I'm thinking, and this is what I look at when I look at a lot of these ones in the Negro race. If the government said that it could be cured, but you just going out there exercising, eating right, doing what you're supposed to do, they still wouldn't want to do that. But you're going to sit here and try to crucify somebody else and tell somebody that the only way this stuff can work is if you get yours in your body. That's just like if I take Claritin, I take it for my allergies. But if for my Claritin to work, I need everybody to take their Claritin so mine can be activated by some type of force for mine to work. And then to sit up in there and they feel like they know every doggone thing. When you are a young black woman and you trying to tell your opinion, they're going to shut that down. They feel like they know every blasted
Big Mama.
thing. Yes,
Big Mama. Essentially Big Mama.
Yes, and taking up this with this Floyd demon. When none of them, they live in Negro neighborhoods where all they see is people, Negro males killing black women in church and stuff like that.
It don't bother them.
No, it don't. When this demon sit up here, if a cop get involved, get what he serves, it's a problem. But nobody got upset when this devil turned around and broke into a woman's house, pistol beat her and robbed her and killed her baby. Nobody got mad about that.
You don't matter. Black women don't matter.
It doesn't. Even to the death, no matter how sick they are, big mamas is, it don't matter what they're going through, still they got to have that cape on to try to feel like that. And then another they want to tell you is
that goddess. Sorry about that. Thank you, a divesting goddess. And you're not late. We just getting into this shit.
And another thing they want to tell you is that I'm older than you and I know so much. And I'm thinking to myself, if you're older than me, you know so much. Why are you like the way you are? Why? How come you didn't do better? And I look at the way the Negro race is now. It's like this because they push this evil, this victimization, this evil from generation to generation to generation. They basically just sent the Negro race to hell in a handbasket, especially black women.
Mm-hmm.
They that they'll sit up there and know, and ones will sit there and say how they mapped it. They know that colorism goes on and how the black race can't stand dark-skinned black women. But at the same time, you still rooting for, when somebody tells you the facts about the race and tell you, I don't relate to them, or basically tell you about, by the end of the day, I don't care, nothing like that. Then you speak the truth about the Negro race to a big mama, or it's prejudice. It's racism. It's always some type of excuse for the evil that they have allowed themselves.
Dr. Ken, she's still around, babe. She's still around. She's behind the wall a lot. She's doing okay.
I'm sick of it. I'm really trying to, I'm sick of it.
Well,
it's really evil. These jokers be sitting here, can't halfway walk or whatever. And it's still important for them to sit back and push a narrative that's so harmful. And as for Golden Helmet, I see exactly what she's doing.
Oh, I know what she's doing too. And the shit is underhanded.
Yes, she's sabotaging. One minute she'll turn around and say, talk bad about the Negro males. And then the next minute sit up and say all this stuff. And she's lying about it, her sperm donor. She's lying. I remember she was living out her car. I also remember her talking about how her sperm donor treated her own mama, how he did her mama so bad. And I think about it more and more. She blames her mama. She don't blame that no good for nothing great. She blamed the mama. She worships. And at the end of the day, she even talks about, she'll bring into about how her sperm donor is not this and that and everything else. But she's still doing
like somebody taking up for their boyfriend, doesn't it?
Yes, she's lying. It's a sick mentality. It's sick and demonic. One minute, and it lets me know she really didn't have no love for her mama.
No, she didn't. What she said the other day that was like really appalling to me was basically taking a jab at black women trying to, cultivate their femininity. She said her mom died when she was a teen, right? And she doesn't have that bullshit in her that every other black girl has, where they're crying and playing victim. And I mean, like, black women are victims. It's okay for black women to cry, but she made it seem like that was some sort of weakness. Okay. Everybody ain't brave enough to come on camera with a goddamn golden helmet and an armpit full of nappy ass hair. It just is what it is. You do you. Quit picking at other people's femininity, goddamn it. I mean, you could probably use some. I'm not a femininity channel, but you might want to look into it. And everybody that's ever been on the panel or was allowed to call or say anything, they always end up falling out at the end. Why can't you get along with other black women? But black men, they can get chance after chance after chance after chance. Everybody that's ever came over to your channel never gets an invite back, or you end up disagreeing, quote unquote, with something that has to do with a black man. It's always
Yeah,
that shit.
yes, and you are so right. I don't know how can I say this. Um, how can I say this?
This shit must be terrible because you can't even put it into words.
I want to say that um,
You okay?
yeah, I am a person. I'm gonna say this: a person that I know called into her show to try to help try to, because how can I say this? The person didn't know that she was really like that. The person found out the hard way.
Okay.
So they called into her show to try to tell her about those Haitian nignogs, and tell her about black femicide. And
Oh
what she
shit!
did,
I know where you're going with this. Is when she started denying those numbers.
yes, she shut it down. She shut, and I'm how can I say this? I'm not going to reveal this person, but the
Mm-hmm.
person that I know personally called in there and told her that about this stuff, and told what was happening, about the fact that the Haitians, they already had asylum in Mexico, and they came over here because the new devil, the psycho up in the White House turned around, basically we got to open borders, and then to also 60,000 more are coming over here very soon. So 60,000 more Haitian Negroes are headed this way.
Yep, and then
So
the rate is going to continue to come up. We got 2 more months left, and from what I understand, the number's around 1,400. Is that correct? Because she said she was a little behind in the numbers, so we're around 1,400 right now, or
I don't know where black femicide the numbers is, but I have no doubt when the person, how can I say this?
thank you, Ebony J.
When a person called up there and told her the numbers, because you can't tell me that stuff is not true.
It is
And
true.
and even when people in the comments would tell her that she was a little behind, she shot that down like it wasn't nobody's business. She was making excuses for these males and everything else.
That's big mama shit. It is.
Yes.
It's not
And,
like that page doesn't come with a name, date of death, and a news article or pictures of the person that has been murdered. If you're gonna deny that that's true, bitch, you big mama. You are male identified. You're an idiot on top of that, because when you start denying numbers, which are universal,
mhm.
that makes you an idiot. How can you look at all of those pictures and turn your nose up at it, but then get mad at black women when they say they don't want to have the goddamn bastards?
and
Really?
she's she's cold blooded. She a cold blooded joker. She gonna turn around. When you talk about, she said she talked about femininity and how she's not weak and like nothing like that. She's not on that. No, she's on a whole nother. She's on demonic time. That's what she's on. Because even the way she acts so manly and everything like that. She feels like that she is above. Her mentality really is. She feel like she's better than her mama. She feel like it's almost like she's struggling with what her mama was, and don't want to be what her mama was. And she hoping that if somehow she goes this way or goes that way, that somehow that she will get a no count grape, that he will see some type of value in her and worship her.
What the fuck is
And
taking so long? What is taking
and
so long?
she's
She's been
never
up
gonna
here
get
for
that.
a day. Yeah, she's never going to get that. I don't know what she's looking for. My thing is, if it's so many of them, what the fuck is taking you so long, bitch? Grab you one, okay? Get some sheer deodorant. We don't want
No,
to see that shit up under your arms. Listen, I can't with her. Whenever you start putting black women in danger, that's when you lose me. I'm like, everybody has the right to say what they want to say, as long as number one, you're not lying, and number two, you're not fighting facts. But if you're gonna put black women in harm's way, that's when you kind of get on the other side of the rope for me, because there's too many of us getting fucked up out here. From Big Mama down to bitches like her from today. She would hope that she can, turn into Big Mama, but ain't nobody dumped a raggedy ass nut in that weird ass pussy. I'm telling you.
And she needs to retire that. She needs to retire that musty ass black dress she got.
Right.
I'm tired of seeing that shit.
and
I'm
the
tired of
that
seeing it. Switch
dress
it
yes,
annoying.
and
up.
she
Get
knows.
something else. If you making so much money every month, and you all, and like she said on her live, I heard her say recently, "Oh, I'm a lifetime entrepreneur." Bitch, get a new dress then. Buy a new dress then, since you got all this money.
Exactly.
And she knows she's no, it's not, she knows what she's doing. She knows that she will never get, see, if she felt that way about these grapes, she would have been had one. She knows exactly what she's doing. She lives in New York, where
Yep,
all they do is
Brooklyn.
kill and murder, genocide and everything else. They got bail reform, they let them demons out to keep killing. And if she cared about them so much, she could put them in that van that she, in that, what's that thing called, that
RV.
it's not, yeah, the RV she got, and they could turn all that pink stuff green if she really care about that. But see, she knows what she's doing. She knows good and well. This heifer knows. When I sit up there, and even when I turn on to YouTube, and her feed come up in my thing, and her face, she knows that she's being misleading. She knows she is lying. She knows it. She does not want black women to succeed. She does not want them to do better. And she knows it. And the way she even hold that baby that she got in her arms, everything, when they showed I was like, she was holding them. That's what Big Mama hold them babies. You hold them like holding a bag or something like that. She knows what she is doing.
The
And this
people
is
in
so,
her comment section are there solely because, like I told y'all the other week, whenever one of these content creators give you hope that you may be able to find a unicorn, oh, you're going to have a room full of black women. Point blank, period. It's when you say leave them all alone is when you start losing people, because they still want black men. They do.
and I know is that these old Mammy and Health, these old ones, I don't want to be like them, because what they, and more how they act. I see, even when they did a forum and they asked a forum of young black folks, and they asked them how they feel about older black people, they said they failed them.
Yeah.
If these old Negroes would have did what they supposed to do, the Negro race, the race wouldn't be like it is. The black race be flourishing. And if these black women had to turn, if the things, and when I think about when these Negro males do what they do, it's always some healthers over there it's pathetic. And it's something else. But they are, and a lot of people, it's really is something else. She knows exactly what she's doing. See, a person like that, and I'm thinking to myself, what part, and while she's feeding these black women all these lies, 9 times out of 10, she got that RV probably she could park it anywhere. She probably got it parked in the upstate part of New York. She's not down there with them grapes and all that stuff that's going on.
Well, all the people in her comment section bought that RV. Let's just keep that real.
Exactly.
And you getting smart as fuck with them when they call and they have a difference of opinion or think, what the fuck, girl? You're not homeless anymore because of them. Knock it off quickly.
Her self-love is the stuff that she talks about love yourself, is a lie. It's a lie, because when you do that, when you love yourself, you also have a respect for other people's opinions and how they feel and stuff like that. So when anybody turns around, get on her show and speak facts, but once they start talking about these grapes, she gets so mad.
Yes, it's
so
like
angry.
if you say you don't want them, it's you don't love yourself because you come from them. What the bumble? Bitch, shut the fuck up. Shut your ass up. No, we don't come from them. They come from us. That's number one. If you would
Right.
open up a science book instead of a canister of hair gel, you might know that shit.
Not a canister.
I was waiting for somebody to bring up the self. I was waiting for you to bring up the self-love, because it's ironic how someone who professes to be a self-love advocate has so much hate in them. I unsubscribed from her a long time ago, but I also wanted to address something I saw in the comments. People there, I saw a comment about us speaking hate, and that really
Who
gets
said
under.
that? Who said that? Because I'm gonna show you some hate. I'm gonna show it to you. Please.
Let's
I don't know what's
see.
let's
I think it's
see.
Iona,
I'm
something
still
like
laughing at the
that.
person that said they can't take advice from somebody with a house on wheels.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
Ionia, this is not hate. It's called self-preservation. Again, a book would tell you that self-preservation is the number one law of humanity. It's called looking out for self. See, people try to call us fake divestors because of the talking points that we have, but no, we are looking out for self. If there's some son or father or whoever you care about, that's your business, but it's not going to change a whole bunch of women from their talking points because your daddy used to buy your ass popsicles. Knock it off.
This must be what happened to Golden Helmet. It's got to be something that her sperm donor did. He either bought her a Barbie doll she liked, or maybe he showed her how to slick her gold helmet on off the right way. He didn't show her how to moisturize it. It's got to be something that he did. Maybe he turned around.
It's that electric complex.
She got that hairstyle from looking at her sperm donor all the time and seeing him slick his over, so she slicked hers over. But see, he didn't teach her how to moisturize it. So
y'all on it tonight, man. I swear.
Lipstick.
Hate the
She
fact.
finally made it up here. Lipstick, welcome to the panel.
Oh, good.
DZ,
Yes,
trying to
ma'am.
get on your stage is like trying to get backstage at a Beyonce concert.
Oh shit. Well, break it on down then. You made it up here.
I'm
no.
here. Look, I know everyone has been talking about that display of mammometry we all witnessed on Saturday. And let me ask you something, DZ. Do you think it's his blackness or his maleness that makes him a problem?
You know what I think it is? I think it's his blackness and his maleness. Now they will call that shit self-hate. Honey, if you look around, right? Every other goddamn group has men that will at least try to jump out of the victim mode and build something. I swear to you, we like to talk about the people that come across the border, but the ones that speak Spanish, you know who I'm talking about. Here in Georgia, they have carnicerias, lavanderias. I mean,
Little
they don't
Mexico.
even, right, they don't
Mexico,
even
yeah.
have
Panaderias.
Yeah.
right. They don't even have a fucking social security number, bitch, and they able
Right.
to do something. Your dustpan has all the things a red-blooded American has, and he has nothing but excuses to follow it.
Well, this is what I always say. Tyrone doesn't have an excuse for being here all of his life and being here for 3, 4, 5 generations and hadn't built anything. But you got Jose and Juarez that come over here illegally, do not speak the language, don't know anyone here. They come here by a pickup truck. Tomorrow they have a landscaping company or a painting service. In 5 years, they're owning it. And then in another year, they built a house and brought their whole entire family over here to live in it. So if Jose and Juarez can do that illegally, then surely Tyrone with a social security card and birth certificate can do the same, if not more.
Yep.
Like I said, I watched my house get built from the ground up.
Yep.
And it was Jose and it was Juarez and it was all of these Mexican men that I'm sure probably were here illegally that built my home from the ground up. Because every night when I came out to look at this construction site, it was full of Taco Bell wrappers and Corona bottles.
Mine too, honey. It was Chad and Gonzalez building my house. And I live an hour outside of Atlanta. You would think that it would be them that built it. What happened?
Exactly.
I thought Atlanta was the Mecca. No, they too busy bopping that pussy in a circle instead of building anything. It's a billion of
Exactly.
y'all's here, and when you want a new construction home, you got to go to the Carniceria people and Chad
Exactly.
and them to get your shit built. I know what you're talking about.
Yes, when the pandemic hit and people were raiding tissue paper and chicken and everything, it was the Mexican markets that kept me afloat. I drove all the way to the other side of town in what we call Little Mexico, and I bought all of my needs at the Little Mexican market, and they were the
Yep,
nicest, sweetest people. I was in need. I was a black woman in need and had to go to another group of men to feed me.
girl. That's
Mhm.
I
It was
mean,
the
there's
same with me
nothing you
when I
could go
got
with.
my fence built.
Yep.
It's when I tried with a woman that I work with. Her husband is supposedly has a construction company. I called him 2 or 3 times because she told me, "I will call my husband. He'll help, or he'll be able to do it." I, I called him twice, and then I went back to her. Said, I called your husband twice, and he didn't call me back. She said, "Okay, I don't know what, he must have been busy." So she got on him, and he finally came out. And he never got back to me with the damn estimate. And the same with another black man that I tried to, like I said, it's back my pro black days. I was trying hard to spend my black dollars with some black people. These Negroes would not come out and do it. And he knew I had a good job. I worked at the same place as his wife. I ended up
You're
having to
wasting your
hire some
time.
Mexicans.
You're
Ended up
wasting your
having to hire
time.
some Mexicans, and they got it done. They got it done in like 2 weeks, and I have a huge lot. I have 2.5 lots. Got
They
it done
asking
in
you to
2 weeks,
speak
no
up in the
problem.
comment section. They asking you to speak up a little bit. But yeah, when
I
you
don't employ a black male to do anything. My landscaper is a Mexican man that I've had for a few years. My housekeeper is a Mexican woman.
my
Um,
landscaper is a white man from Louisiana with a stuttering problem. Okay?
and I had black people ask me, "Oh, why don't you let a black man get that business? Why would I want a black man on my property for one?"
Hmm.
And
Facts.
that is so true. Like it's where I'm living at, in the South. All these they've been building up construction sites everywhere. Mexicans, just Mexican men everywhere. You will see
That's gonna be their next oppressor. Dead
yes,
ass serious.
and I believe because uh, uh, Jim Crow Biden, he said that he said that black people gonna have to work it out with the Mexicans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the fight.
Especially in College Park. Y'all know that part of Atlanta. They are taking over that area, and it's a beautiful thing to see. Everybody conquers them. It don't take, man, listen, it don't take much. All you got to
DZ,
do is have two legs and yes, ma'am.
DZ, just to piggyback on that point, did y'all see Tyrone on the YouTube talking about there was an abandoned house next to him and dude bought it at a tax sale. Jose bought it at a tax sale. Juan and him and all his friends showed up one night. This is after their shift at 9 o'clock. Okay, they worked all night. By maybe noon, the house was fixed. Okay, because one had the drywall, one did the plumbing, one did. It's a video on YouTube. And my thing is, especially in big cities in the north, there are like tons of property that they can do. Look, and I know y'all have heard the Chicago neighborhood Inglewood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, murder is like the murder capital. All right, so in the western part of that area, why are Mexican families taking these properties and just rehabbing them themselves? And I'm just like, what
They
are y'all?
can't.
The thing is, it's like, what are these dusties doing? What are they waiting for?
They're not doing anything,
What are
and
they
then
waiting for?
they laugh at Mexicans and say, "Oh, they work for 25 cents an hour and all of that." That's just to get in the door because
That's
they
what
know
you
they're
do in
gonna
jail.
own it.
How
They're
much they
gonna
pay in
own
jail?
it. They're gonna own it because all of the landscaping companies around here are Latino owned. So and I just don't understand why we keep giving them excuses after excuses. And let me go back,
Big
DZ,
mama. Big
to the
mama.
to the mammometry that we heard on Saturday. Let me tell you what offended me in that whole 3+ hours that I listened to on playback. It's the utter audacity for Golden Helmet, as you call her, to say, well, what's wrong with American black women that the black men here aren't marrying them?
Big mama.
Oh, she hate black women. She hate
But
their
let me
guts.
tell you, I'm like, isn't her ashy ass feet on the same damn soil we on? What is she
Yep,
talking about?
A lot
yep.
of those
But
Caribbean
she
people
feel
have.
like she's different. She feel like she's above.
How
I
the
get.
fuck you gonna judge? You're gonna judge us, and you're living like a nomad. You're living in an Winnebago, but you're gonna judge us who live in our homes. What the fuck is wrong with you that you have all these good black men, quote unquote, that you know, but you got to live in a home on wheels?
Can I say something about the self-love specialist?
Sure.
Self
um,
love demon.
I'm just gonna let you guys know I'm an actual therapist, and we hate all life coaches because they're not real.
Thank you.
They're not real. You will never go to a healthcare coach
Did it go
or
out?
you're never so coaches are not real. The only coach that is real is your kid's basketball coach or something like that. This is not that's not a real thing. You
Well,
don't
people are taking advice for marriage from a two-time divorcee. Do you
and you know
understand what I'm
it's
saying?
so interesting because I'm an actual marriage and family therapist. And therapists don't give advice. So if somebody is giving you advice, you need to check with your therapist to see if that's even good enough advice. But I do have a Mammy story, if I could tell a Mammy story. Also, before I tell the Mammy story, can I ask a question? Why do black people do this at church? What is wrong with them? I was always scared. I was petrified when they used to take me to these places. I used to cry.
It's
I used
sexual energy. If you want me to keep it real, that's what it is. There's a bunch of LBGT men and unfucked black women in there, and when they get the word, they they express that sexual energy. That's sexual energy, what y'all looking at. Okay,
That's terrible.
your sexual energy has to go someplace, and since you ain't got no shit log or you ain't got nobody to crack your pussy open, you go to church and start kicking around like a fucking fool.
That sounds insane. But you know
Not
what?
unfuck, DZ.
I have a life coach and a therapist, guys. So
I wanted to tell you, so basically my whole family is Blackistan. I didn't have a good dad or mom or any of that. They were all on drugs. I remember being in college, me and my little sister, she's a year younger than me. I'm a millennial. Um, and I remember like us trying to like call our aunties and stuff for school, for college. And you know what my auntie said to my little sister? She said, "You go to San Diego State, so just go to Mexico and be a stripper.
Mm.
Just go to Tijuana and be a stripper." When I had an ex-boyfriend that was beating my ass, my auntie said, just go get cute. Just put on your makeup and put on those little cute outfits you put on and
Your
just go
auntie is
talk to
dizzy.
him.
Your auntie is dizzy as fuck. She's dangerous as fuck, and that's so out of line for somebody to tell someone that just got their ass beat to go get cute.
It's
Girl,
just really sad. And I asked my aunties, I said, why did you guys treat us like trash? And she would say, "Oh, I just had more energy back then to beat y'all fucking asses."
wow.
And they just said that. I asked her, I said, "Why do you guys only help the people that are incarcerated, have drugs and stuff? Like, why do you only help those people and not the people in the family that want to do something better with their life?" And she couldn't answer. And the fact that I haven't seen them in 5 years and they're so upset at me. They feel like
Fuck
I
them.
ruined the family. I said the
Fuck
family
them.
needs to be ruined because you guys are all going to hell. You're
Fuck
going
them.
to hell.
Fuck them. Point blank, period. Listen, the gloves got to come off
It
because
does.
we were in a stage for a couple of years where we were trying to negotiate. Well, fuck, I wasn't trying to, but I watched motherfuckers try to negotiate with them. What can we do? What can we do to be better? And the Mammies was having a field day. Yeah, tell us what we can do to be better. At this point, what you can do to be better is walk in front of a high-speed train. At this point, that's what you can do.
They got mad when they kept trying to come on my Twitter. I said, "You're gonna get your feelings hurt." And when I called, and this was a couple years back before I even knew what a mammy and anything was, I called her a fat fuck, and she got so fucking mad at me. And she said, "I should slap you in your face." And I said, "Well, I'm gonna call the police on you then." So it's just really insane. I
Really? A
also want to
mammy
say,
calling a white man? Interesting.
I just want to say that don't ever listen to nobody that says that they are a coach. I'm going to tell you as a therapist, life coaches do not have a governing body. They don't have any schooling. They have no ethics. They don't have anyone. These people don't know what they're talking about. Nobody on these apps know what they're talking about. So go, and why would you pay when you could just call your insurance? Call your insurance and ask for a therapist. You don't need a coach. We do all of it. And you can even go to a specific therapist. I'm a marriage and family therapist. If you having problems, go to one of them hoes. I don't understand why you guys are getting caught up in these fake ass people. No one goes to a coach for anything unless it's a fucking sports game. And you know only the N-words do that. Don't do it.
Look, I want to believe that no one is going to that lady for any type of life coaching. I want to believe that.
Well, it's so-called coaches and life whatever bragging to people that are suffering that their most lucrative year was the year that they were having the most problems. You can't make this shit up, and y'all know who I'm talking about. You got on there, talk to hundreds of women that's paying you for their life to get better, really, because that's what you advertise, and then you clap back at them saying, well, I'm not having problems. Bitch, you ain't having problems because of the people that are having problems. So that's real crass and nasty for you to throw that in their face. Listen, you got fat people telling you how to lose weight. You got divorcees telling you how to be married. You got life coaches that ain't got no motherfucking life and a ton of armpit hair on camera with a golden helmet telling you how to love yourself. This shit is facts.
So let me give the Black women some life coaching free right here, DZ. If you're a Black woman, listen to me. Right? I'm going to give it to you free. You want to improve your life. You want to improve your credit. You want to improve your self-image. You want to improve your career. You want to improve everything about yourself. Leave these primates alone. That's it.
That's all.
That's really all you have to do, because they're draining you. They're draining your energy. They're draining your resources. They're draining you. Once you cut them loose, and that's all of them, your son, your daddy, your baby daddy, your husband, cut them all loose. Your credit score will go up. Your skin will clear up. You'll lose weight. You'll have time to concentrate on things
that will grow back.
Right, your edges will grow back.
Child,
the hurts on your feet will go away. Everything that you're suffering from right now, if you tell me about it, I can tie it to some derelict naked in your life. I guarantee you.
You guys know that honestly, when all of the Black students, the Black people, they come to therapy to get out of Blackistan. They just don't know it. They just don't know it. And then when you tell them that you need to cut off your family, I love being a divested therapist. And I love being a divested therapist with couples. Why do you care about your husband's problems?
Girl,
they stressing out because they can't keep their husbands at home. Your husband coming home with drawers with doo-doo stains in the front and back. You don't know how to keep them at home. You paying 50-50, 90-10, or whatever y'all got going on. You can't live in your femininity when you live in Blackistan and around Black men. I'm telling you, Black women, when you leave them alone, your femininity returns. You become dainty. You become feminine again. You become a woman again. All of that comes back, I'm telling you.
But you know what they're doing? They're trying to literally tell us that, oh, you need to go find a Black people. You need to go find a therapist. And that is low-key dangerous.
No. Don't do that. Don't do that shit unless you want your problems to get worse. Get you a Mammy therapist and watch what happens. By the end of that, all that shit is going to be your fault, and you're going to end up paying a copay to find out that you ain't shit and you don't mean nothing. Go and try to do what you did differently, and I'll talk to you next year. If I can't talk to you next year, I'm going to put your ass on some Paxil, and then I'm going to blame you again after you start taking the Paxil. Don't go to no Mammy ass therapist. They will destroy you. They will destroy you.
Exactly. They sure will. And I can tell you, when you go to a Caucasian therapist, they know they did. When you go to a Caucasian therapist and you tell them about, when you tell them about your problems and everything else you're going on, they're like, they know what it is. They want to get out of there. They want to help you and everything else. And it also, I believe her name was Lipstick Alley, when she was talking about getting away from Blackistan. It also had to be with women, Black women being honest with themselves. A lot of them listen to Goldman Helmet none moisturized, nothing like that. We in the Black culture, we're taught to keep our hair moisturized, but they're going to somebody that doesn't even do that. So that's a red flag anyway. But the fact of the matter is being honest with yourself. Being honest with yourself. And the fact of the matter is a lot of ones don't want to be honest with themselves. They don't want to do what they need to do. It's, I'm not sure, Cody. It's about putting in the work. They don't want to do that. They would want somebody to tickle their ears and everything like that. They know, a lot of these women know they need to
They
get.
want someone to tell them what they want to hear. They want someone to tell them to stick in there, hang in there, something you can do to make it better. Hell, if they're going to tarot cards asking the ancestors what to do, we've lost all hope. We've lost all
exactly.
hope.
Why are they going to the tarot cards and the self-love specialists when they could call their insurance?
Because
they don't have no insurance. Let me just say it. They don't have no damn insurance. That's what it is.
Have insurance over
check
there.
it out, y'all. Check it out real quick. They went to tarot because the problems in the Black community are so fucking out of this world. Nobody here has an answer.
It has to be spiritual. It has to be spiritual.
You can't get an answer here. The problems are so fucked up. The numbers are so bad. Do you know how high 62% is? You don't even have to say 62%. You could just say, at this point, with that number, most Black children are molested. That's a fact. So they go to tarot cards because they need some answers in the afterlife, bitch. They can't get it here.
And you're right. The facts are already there. I guess when you're dealing with Golden Helmet does demonic stuff like that. It's like she gets a kick out of screwing folks' mind. The facts are already there. And at the end of the day, she just helping these people. When people deal with folks like that, it's like they don't want to get out. They want to take everybody else with them.
You still get a chance to date Black men when you deal with her.
It bugged me on that terrible live how they were like, they have their own cognitive dissonance. How are you going to say stop birthing Black males, but you want to continue to have sex with them? That doesn't make any sense. Like it did.
Yes. Why didn't they just say stop giving your bodies to Black males? Period. But it's gonna be, y'all are gonna see, it's gonna work their way to that, because first it was vet. Now is don't have their sons. And pretty soon we're going to hear just don't have sex with them at all. And then they're going to be in divestment territory.
Yes.
The sabotage, because something like that is, I mean, if that, it goes back to people being honest with themselves. With these big mamas, they have been dealt with grapes. They have took them to hell and back. And still, they will sit up here and advertise this mess and talk about this mess. Or when ones to say, speaking the truth about this is what I went through or something like that, still sit up here and justify that crap.
They're holding on very, very, very hard. And how smart all these people think that they are. I don't understand why they're holding on so hard. And why do people care about what happens to Black people anyway when you're going to die?
Exactly. I'm so disappointed in a lot of Black women, because on the one hand, they want to say we're the most educated women. You know, we get the most degrees. But you're letting a dude who reads on the 3rd grade level sweet talk you out of your pussy. That don't make sense to me.
Hey, I know exactly what you're talking about. Raw. He didn't even have to wear a condom.
I don't understand that. It's like Black women, how can we be so educated in books and careers, but Deontay coming up in broken English can get you out your drawers the same night? Somebody answer that for me.
And how delusional BBC. They're all stupid, but you laying next to one. Ain't he stupid too?
It's the delusional BBC. I think I personally think that some Black women are just they know they're dumb. They know they're stupid. They know they don't build anything. They don't provide. They don't protect. They're absolutely worthless, useless, expendable, the whole nine. But they're still hung up on but that dick dough.
Aqua Jim said she wanted to say something about the coaches. Aqua Jim, did you get to spit the coaches?
Oh yeah, that's me right now.
Okay. I see something in the back chat. That was my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was talking about the coach.
Look, can somebody tell them a secret that non-black men throw that dick too? Like, can somebody tell them? Because I don't want to be the one to tell them. Because I don't want y'all coming in there getting on my stash. So I ain't gonna tell them. So I'm gonna let
Ain't
y'all
no
tell them.
secret. It's not a secret, and the shit is good, by the way. And bitch, it ain't pink. It's
Man,
all shades of brown. Let's go.
man.
TT, welcome to the
BBC is a
panel.
myth. BBC is a myth. I'm sorry.
TT,
It
welcome to the
is.
panel.
Yes, it is.
Get it, get it.
Now, do you understand what I'm saying? I don't even have to say nothing about what just happened. His name was TT. Tyrone Tyroach Tough Titty, says the kitty. Get your raggedy ass off my panel. Go
And this
build
is
some.
what they're
Actually,
fighting to keep birthing. This
yes,
is what they're
yes,
fighting to keep birthing.
child.
I'd rather rent out my room to rent a center than to let a black man come drop some of their devil semen inside of me. And look, I'm 42 years old. I ain't got but one egg left, but I take that motherfucker and make an omelet before I let any black man come
Ouch.
near it.
Not the omelet. Not the omelet.
Thank you, Starlight. I appreciate the super chat. Let's see what we got back here now. Let's see if we can get a repeat performance.
Oh my God, I love it.
This person is named a holy alpaca. Let's see.
What?
Hello.
Hey DZ, I've been on your live. I've been on your live before. It's A Holly.
Okay.
It's just a different name because I've been on Clubhouse.
Yeah.
We're in
You
a
did the right
serious-
thing. You did the right thing changing your name coming from Clubhouse, because that's a bunch of mammies that's literally slobbing over black chicks, calling themselves divested.
We've literally gone through a war with. It's like we're on the final frontier or something. There's
It is.
grenades, all types of weaponry, AK-47s, Max, automated assembly. It's all types of
It's
the
gotten
violence.
towards the day where you are going to have to pick a side. The fence sitters are sitting there and shit is nipping at their ankles, and it's not looking good. Even your pro-black women are starting to talk some divested talking points, talking about, oh, I'm just for black women now. No, you're not, especially when you're telling them that there's still some good black men.
They're not. A lot of them are lying, and they're doing it to try to like make some sort of money off of it, which like Godspeed to them. Because I don't, first of all, how are you going to monetize? I mean, I guess you could monetize it, but it's just like, why? There are so many.
There's a Cash App incentive to give black women hope. If you tell black women there are no good men, they're not going to pay you to hear that shit because they don't want to hear that shit.
I feel like these YouTubers, they have like a criminal record or something, because why can't they get regular jobs?
Well,
Why
because
are
a
they
lot of them showed their face already. So can you imagine if you're a HR person and you see Helmet Head come in with an application, you fixing to be like, we'll call you, leave your number, make sure we have your number, and we'll schedule up a interview. You're not finna put her in front of your customers. And thank you, ungodly goddess. I appreciate you. Yes, a black king has fucking spoken.
Did anyone see that Afro deodorant mix underneath Golden Helmet's armpits?
Why would she do that?
I was
Something
like, Golden Helmet, you just set yourself up sometimes.
She had no makeup on, a bra, and she was like, what is going on in her mind? Something's wrong. She needs to go to the doctor. She needs to go to the doctor.
Wait, what's going on with the deodorant? I missed that part.
Let me explain, y'all. Okay. Golden Helmet, whenever she gets in her feelings and wants to fight and wants to make sure that she's checking someone, she comes out in the raw. She barely wears a shirt. She barely wears a bra, for God's sakes. Then she puts her deodorant on. It has to be the Sure from 1926 because it's thick, it's white.
It's Mom, DZ. Mom. Remember Mom?
Oh my God, Big Mama. I can't. But whenever you see her deodorant, just know that she's upset with black women. When you see her deodorant, she fixing to talk shit about black women. And thank you, Melanie. I appreciate
When you see the deodorant and the crust in the corners of my mouth, she mad. She mad.
Oh,
Little
I've never
mama,
seen a
when she
deodorant.
got
Like I
crushed in the corners like little Boosie,
She uses
it's
Tessie.
over.
Y'all heard of
no.
Tessie before? That's
No,
what she
I
uses.
unsubscribed a
Not
long time
That's
Tussie.
ago.
Woo!
You know, I just wanted to tell you
Not
guys.
Tussie.
I just wanted to say a fact. I've been researching black people. I was researching black families in grad school. Then I decided that I was wasting my time. But when I was researching black families, it actually states that black Caribbeans that come over to America, they begin to have the same degeneracy. Although they might have a little bit more racial pride than the black American person, the longer that they stay here, the more the degeneracy gets them. So
I'm of the opinion that they degenerate already. It's just
Mhm.
it's boiling up to the surface because they're around people that accept that bullshit. Because you could be degenerate and have a job and still get classified as a good black man.
yeah.
Definitely.
And there's none. There's really none out there. And I'm sorry to tell you guys, but there's none. It's not any. It's not none. If 62 people are getting touched, if 62% are getting touched, that means they're all trash.
Yes.
My aunts, those mammies, they let the men rape my mom. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
sorry.
right.
They and so I have 3 generations of foster. I was a foster kid. I have 3 generations. I'm sitting in class and I'm telling my professors, they all therapists, all them bitches was crying. I was like, what's wrong with y'all? They was like, I can't believe you made it. You're a miracle.
Wow.
So yeah, it's really just insane how much they wanted. They literally trained the women in my family to go where if I was you, I'd be going over there on D Street. What? They wouldn't even take us to school, y'all. They wouldn't even take us to school. I had to take AP psychology myself. They didn't help me get into college. They literally didn't ever bring me anything to college. They never helped me a day in my life. I'm 29 years old. Ever. And then would yell at the we only get $300 from the state anyway. What?
It's a sick mindset.
That's Big Mama. That's Big Mama. Look, I was raised by a Big Mama. I'm from the South. So you can't be from the South and not know any Big Mamas and Big Daddies. So I'm from the South. So yes, all of them are Big Mamas. If they're over the age of 50, they're Big Mamas.
Yes, and that's so true. I could tell you that when a person, I'm trying to because I'm trying not to give myself away too much, but when an individual, when I told this family friend, I thought was a family friend, but little did I know I seen some stuff in her back, but I still thought she was a family friend. But this Big Mama helper knew that the place where I lived at and how they.
Are you okay, baby? Because it seems like you kind of.
I'm trying not to. She knew that the place where I lived at, that the company hired grapes. They hired.
If this is bothering you, don't talk about it.
No, it's not. It's not bothering me. It's just that. Just how cold-blooded they are. She knew they were hiring criminal grapes, and they terrorized the Black women up over there. And then I end up getting. I start standing up and reporting stuff. So then I end up getting the big helper Mammy that was a manager. She illegally evicted me.
Of course she did.
And so this helper gonna turn around and say, if you had to do what you're supposed to do, you're going to get evicted. And see, and stuff like that. I need Jim Crow Biden to really, when he passed that 1994 crime bill and said niggas are predators, stuff like that. I don't know why he ain't wiped them out yet and wiped them Big Mama helpers out too. And still to
Well,
this
they're in the
day,
process because people are getting very, very tired of the same bullshit every fucking year. It's been 2,000 years since fucking slavery existed, and you still citing that, but you're not going to cite the bullshit that happened last week. Nobody believes you anymore. Anytime something happens to you, it's always racism. So it's not just us that's getting tired of them. The greater society is getting tired of their shit too. And she
Finally.
wouldn't have never said that shit to a black man. They never do what the fuck they're supposed to do. But she would have never said that shit to one.
exactly in the place that I move at now, and I gotta say this, when it comes to racism, it exists, yes. It is there. But what I'm saying is that what I've experienced is, I'm not saying that's an excuse or nothing like that, but what I've still experienced is these apartment complexes, when you have white corporations that own these apartment complexes, the fact that I thought they would be sympathetic to Black women, are sympathetic to things going on. They like it.
No.
They like it when niggas. They like it when these nignogs are doing all this dysfunction, especially against their own people. And I can tell you, and they love it. And when I turn,
Who loves
and
it? Are you talking about white folk?
yes,
Okay,
it's
let me jump in right there. See,
okay.
the white men are largely competitive. It's just how they are. So when they see another group of men losing, conquered, taking L's, they're going to go ahead and root that on because that's the opposite team. So when we attach ourselves to Black men and we declare that we're on their team, we're going to end up taking the L with them. That's why it's imperative that you get your ass away from them. Don't hook
And,
yourself with them, period.
and I told them, I said, I lived there by myself, and I said, I even got called cops. I said, I don't deal with nignogs. I don't associate with them or nothing like that. I'm paying my rent. I'm minding my own business.
Ma'am, the ma'am that's speaking, or do you still live in a Black area or an area that's populated heavy by Black males?
Well, I moved to an upper part. I thought it was an upper part, but they're building up these apartments and they're not allowing certain people in. But you still see nignogs over there.
No, you need to move. You need to move. That's the problem. Move away from them. I live in an area that's 80% white, and I don't have no worries.
Jump off the sinking ship, just what she said. Crimson Queen said you got to jump off the sinking ship. Because if you're gonna be interacting with them on your free time, or you're gonna be associated with them, and they are losing. Dusties are losing bad, so you can't attach yourself to them unless you're ready to take a L with them. Golden helmet.
Excuse me, Mr. Vested Zealot. I don't associate with them. I pay my rent. I don't deal with them. But the fact of the matter is that I don't know what these when I moved into this apartment building I moved in, I thought it was a new start. It was mostly white people up in here and everything, and a few few elderly Black women. But then the corporation, they start letting, they gotta hold on. What a corporation is, has a regional manager, and she's Black. And then they turned around and hired a Black assistant manager.
It's too many Black folk.
Yes, and
you gotta go.
It's too many Black people. It's too many. It's too many.
It's not that easy to move. And I want to move because I'm from the country and I love the country. And I've been thinking about ways, how can I move? How can I get out of here?
Look, you would do better living in a trailer park with white people than living in the inner city with Black people.
That's a fact. It's too many of them. And the reason that corporate sent that Black woman as the regional manager, she's basically a zookeeper. Period.
Yeah, she is. And white people complain about it because with the assistant manager that grape is doing, he's getting out. He's not even moving in the white people. He's moving in all these degenerate grapes up in here.
Of course, they help each other out
and they're trying to get rid of the white people. And some white people complain about it. And it's like,
It seems like your neighborhood is experiencing like a reverse gentrification and white flight. That's what it seems like, because every time you turn around, the demographic is changing and there's more Blackistan, more Blackistan. That means that you got to start writing down some shit so
Right.
you can make your exit plan.
Yes.
White flight. That's exactly what's happening. She needs to be right behind them. Anywhere black men take off their shoes or lay their heads, there's going to be death, destruction, poverty, and despair.
Period.
I know it's
Every
not,
single place.
and I know it's not. I know it's not easy, and we're not saying that it's easy, but you have to make these hard decisions for yourself because they're not going to do anything. They're only going to be Tasmanian devils. That's all they're ever going to be. And I know it's hard, but you deserve to live. And
Sister Spring, she said it's not easy to just jump up and move though for everybody. It's not listen, we understand that it's not. Hold on a second, baby. It's not. I'm not saying that you could just jump up and say, "Hey, I'm tired of this area. Let's go ahead and go." That's not what I'm saying. She needs to make a plan to make an exit strategy though. She has to, because if she sits still, then it's going to get worse. And I don't want it to crescendo. She needs to start making an exit plan. I don't care how long it takes, but make a plan to get the fuck up out of there. Real talk.
DZ, I'm glad you said that, because one of the things as an older woman I hear from the younger generation is that we're classes and elitists, and we make it seem like it's so easy for them to move where they are into an area that's not black. And we're not saying it's easy. It's not easy, especially in this housing market. It's not easy, but that needs to be a plan for your immediate future. That needs to be in your plan, is to get away from those areas. Start researching other areas to live. And let me tell you, it's the areas that are safest are not going to be adjacent to Tyrone. You're going to have to move out to these areas that are mostly white or mostly non-black if you want to be safe. If you're not willing to do that, then you have to just stay where you are, because safe means no nakers. That's just what it is. I'm sorry. Very few areas are safe that's highly populated with black males. I'm just sorry. That's the way it is.
Yes, and that's why I have been looking, because when I moved here, I was like, oh, good, it's mostly white and stuff like that. And then when the white folks is moving out, and I was like, then I've been looking at, and I was like, oh man, they're gonna turn this into to Niggertopia like they did the other place.
Everywhere they go.
Yes, and so I'm from the country. I love the country. I'll always be a country girl at heart. And I've been trying my best to get back there. That's where I want to be at, because the different areas where, especially where they run them flags, where they real proud pro country and stuff like that. You don't see a lot of nignogs over there, and I miss those areas. And I've been looking for
houses. That's where I live. I'm in Confederate flag America. There's flags all around here, and I don't worry about my safety. I don't worry about my safety at all.
And so, exactly. And I think what's disappointing to me is that when I moved here, I thought, I was like, okay, this is, and they had a white manager here, and he wasn't going. He wouldn't going. They had a white manager. He was like, no, he was not going. But see,
may I ask you what state you live in, if you don't mind? Just state.
Tennessee.
Okay, so you live in Tennessee. Okay, I'm going to judge, because I'm very familiar with Tennessee, that you probably live near or close to the either Memphis area or Knoxville area, just based on what you've described.
I'm not going to say, because
well, I'm going to assume that. Get the hell out of that area. That's my advice to you.
You got to go. Ebony
Tennessee is a beautiful state. Tennessee is a state tax-free state. There are plenty of areas in Tennessee to relocate to. You do not have to deal with that. And I'm telling you, because I know. Notice I'm saying I know, so I'm telling you. So read between the lines. Get the hell out of there.
Ebony J says, my mom sold her starter home for $150K. They started Section 8. Listen, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've seen neighborhoods do it, and that's what her neighborhood is going through. It's turning into the hood. There's no other way to put it. It's turning into the hood.
Because even this area right here, they're building up all these apartment complex, and they said that they're not taking any Section 8, any based on income and stuff like that. So now how's the nigga still here?
Listen, you ever seen if you want to get if you want to get rid of cancer, you got to cut that titty off, and it'll turn metastatic.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Honey,
Like, what are you doing, white folks? What are you doing, white folks? What are you doing? And I ain't talking white folks.
hold on a second, y'all. It's like with any cancer, wherever it starts, you got to take that shit off. If you got left breast cancer, you better take that titty off. Let them put that shit in the incinerator. I don't know how the fuck they out there, but you got to get your ass from around them. Point blank.
Exactly. And I went to the country the other day, and I drove through Tennessee. I was with somebody, and we drove through Tennessee. It's so beautiful. I miss the country so much. I know I got to just get out of here. And even on top of that, I can tell you this right here. Being the fact that I don't bother nobody, I mind my own business. I don't deal with niggas, period, because I don't deal. No, but you have some white people here who, at the end of the day, I think I'm dealing with too with some white liberal son of a guns. I believe that's what I'm dealing with also. Probably. Because and also while I'm here, you have some white people that are like, well, they don't feel like I should be here. Or better yet, they don't feel like that. I think they're just sick of the fact that even when I moved here, they said, "Oh, they move in another one." So they sick and tired of it being here too. But I've been looking and I've always had this feeling when I moved. I was like, well, I seen all these white people. Okay, this is good. They building up and everything else. And I said, okay,
it's a damn shame that you have to follow them around and
yeah, you do. And I follow their ass everywhere. Wherever they go, I'm there.
Exactly. And so then the white lady was telling me, she said, oh, one white neighbor, she was nice. And she said, she's moving. I said, where are you moving to? She moved further out there with a Confederate flag. And she got family out there. So basically, like you said, it's white flight. And so I've always, when I moved here, I was like, I hope they're not going to turn this into like, it was white folks. And I was glad, like, oh, good, it's a bunch of white people.
Here's the thing, though. Let me cut you off real quick. All right. Anytime you see them coming, just take the signs. You can't. I heard you said a couple of things. You said, I hope, I feel, I hope, I feel. You got to take some action. I don't care if you saving $25 a week. Get your fund together and get the fuck up out of there. It doesn't matter who's feeling what.
What I'm saying is, when I moved here, it was all white people. I was like, I hope and I feel that they don't turn around and bring this to a black, mess this mess up, booming these Negroes. And they did. But my goal is to get back to the country. And even while I'm here, when I've seen it, that's why I'm not I don't feel truly settled here, because my goal is to get to the country. I may have to take out a loan.
So, ma'am, if your goal is to get back to the country in Tennessee, either one, rent out a mobile home. There's plenty out in the middle of nowhere, if that's your goal. Or two, look to build in an area, build your own house from the ground up. Those are your two options. But if you're going to jump from apartment to apartment, you're going to keep facing the same issue, and that's Naperville. Get out. They're coming. Eventually, they're going to come. They're not going to come out here with these Confederate flags because they're scared. And they're not going to come out here where the sheriff's department is 99.9% white because they know these cops are going to pull them over. They're not going to come out here.
Yes, and that's why I've been looking at apartments in other parts of Tennessee, and I've been talking to folks and looking at vacancies and stuff like that, because
You sound so stressed out about it. And guess what? I heard it when you first started talking. That's why I asked you, are you okay? I can tell this shit is heavy as fuck on you. And it's a lot of things that you're going to have to accept that's happening that you don't want to happen. And another thing that you said, a lot of black women say this shit. I don't fuck with nobody. I mind my business wherever I go. It don't matter. It does not matter, just the proximity.
Right. When you live in a black area, the proximity will kill you, because there's been so many stories on the Black Femicide page of black women being shot sitting in their living room from a stray bullet from a drive-by. So it doesn't matter that you mind your business. The nakeds are still roaming, and their violence follows them, unfortunately. And it's unfortunate for you, but that's the reality. Proximity to them is deadly, period.
And what's disappointing is that the company this company is all white. The corporation, the corporate office, are white people, and when I moved here,
Of
they
course
let me
they
know.
are. We
They
didn't
they
think it was a black corporation. Trust me.
no
We
no.
didn't think the corporation was black.
I guess I trust them and stuff, and they were telling me that this was a safe place, this was that, and everything else. But now is, and I told myself, what are you trying to do? Turns to a ghetto, and so I know what I need to do. I've been looking at things. I've been looking at. I called some folks today to look at how I can.
Listen,
Yeah.
this is what you
Look, we
do.
hear sirens in the back now. Somebody got sirens in the back now. If we can hear your sirens here, you need to move.
Yes. Listen, you need to email me because it seems like it's kind of emergent. Please email me so we can talk further. I'm getting ready to close this out. Don't it's divestizella@gmail because every time I say email me, I get inbox like everywhere on YouTube. What is your Gmail? Divestizella@gmail. Let me drag the shit out of Big Mama, and then we're gonna go to the Discord and drag the shit out of Big Mama, Big Daddy, Little Sister, and Blackistan all to fucking together. Listen, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this funeral. Y'all heard several different accounts of everybody knowing a Big Mama. Big Mama, bitch, look at what you've caused. Look at this shit. Look at the comment section. Look at the panel. And you current content creator Big Mamas, shame on you because you know what it is. Even if you knew a unicorn back in 1856, you know the shit ain't happening now. And for you to sit up there and play 2022 Big Mama, you need your ass whoop. And I said what I said. There are no good ones. Pack your shit, get up out of there. Save your money so you can go. Yes, moving is not easy. Moving is hard for people that got a whole bunch of money because moving is stressful. You have to change all your you have to change a lot of shit. And you got to get somebody to move your shit. And it's a lot. But for people to sit up and helmet head, I don't care if you don't like what I'm saying. You deceived these people. Talking about you gonna hypnotize motherfuckers. You're a relationship specialist. Ain't nothing wrong with having black men. Ain't nothing wrong with helping black men. And there's some good ones out there. Bitch, shame on you. Shame on you. You have been treasonous, and the fact that people still follow you, I have no idea why. Also, there are several other big mamas that are on here right now, and they're not in the pro-black sector. They're in this sector, and they're still big mamas. And they're, oh, she got some good points. Could be. But at the end of the day, big mama is dangerous as fuck. If you sit up and tell motherfuckers that Dusties are dangerous, Dusties have a horrible psychology, Dusty's got all this shit going on, and then you turn around and jump in somebody's comment section and say that Dusty's got good dick, shame on you, bitch. Shame on you. There's too many people listening to you for you to say shit like that. So you're going to go over a whole hour video talking about how awful they are and then turn around and say, but you still going to fuck them? Y'all need some help. You talking about your coaches. You're talking about you giving advice. You say, but you need some advice. Everybody that is black and female needs to get the fuck away from Blackistan. That's the only way that you're going to have good mental health. It's the only way that you can ensure a little bit more safety. Okay?
Yes.
Watch what people are telling you and then watch what they actually do.
Amen.
That's what you do. I'll see y'all in the Discord. Thank you for coming to this funeral.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Thank you, Reverend. You didn't convert her to Mammy. Check my messages in a minute.
Okay.
DZ,
Thank
can you
you.
put the link to the Discord?